Peace to the saints. It's the one and only. It's the big homie. Your favorite YouTuber's favorite YouTuber. Flex Kellerman. Stephen A. We can't say it here. By the way, I actually meant to say I didn't want to live stream on Twitter, but it's fine. Yeah, we'll work with it. Anyways, ladies and saints, today we have a special guest. And we're only going to use your first name since your last name is a racial slur.
In what country?
In India and in South Africa.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So we only going to use your first name. My brother, welcome back. It's a pleasure to have you here, man. And we got a lot to talk about. But for the handful of people who are not familiar with you, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name is David Cooley.
Dang, this man that said this man racial slurring already. He racial slurring.
Yo, on my channel, it's good, man.
All right, go ahead. We just go with David.
Let's go with David. All right, David.
Yeah.
But I host No Fugazi podcast, famous podcast. A lot of y'all seen it's been going viral right now. Mm-hmm. Not in the best way, but it is what it is.
Yeah, indeed. So we got Nipsey Hussle in the building. We got Cripsy Hustle in the building. You heard me? So it's like we got the two hoods. We got an LA truce right here between the Bloods and the Crips right now. But we have a lot to talk about. We got last night you debated Creflo Dollar.
I did.
You did. And then we also have the recent controversy, which we've exchanged some words about with regards to people are saying your rhetoric and your practice is out of line. We got to dig into that. Yeah. Is there anything else?
I mean, just a whole lot of stuff on the internet. Fights. Cooley threatening people to fight people. It's just a whole lot. Of, not me, no one. Yeah. People don't really, they see me in person. They talk a lot of stuff on the internet, but in person,
it's funny you say that.
Like that in person, man.
It's funny you say that because I felt Yada was getting pretty, first off rip, he seemed a little bit lit. Just like as soon as the damn camera started rolling, bro first was like, all praises due, all praises due, all praises due, all praises due. First, I want to tell a long story about how I became an alcoholic because I caught me a charge and I became an alcoholic. And so he tells this long emotional story and he's like, but this man is the devil. I was like, God dang, he just, and from there it was on, Brody.
Yeah. From there it was on. And what's funny is prior to all of this, like prior to going live with them, I asked him like, yo, how do y'all conduct y'all debates as far as Hardly Initiated podcast?
So when you were there yesterday and you had showed up, was that your first time with them?
First time meeting them.
Okay.
First time meeting them.
All right.
I said, how do you conduct your podcast? How do you want this debate to go? Yada was right there. He came in with two people. I came in dolo by myself.
Who? Two males, two females?
Males. Yeah, two males.
That's funny you say that because I was saying when I reacted to it yesterday, and you know what? I actually had a stream. I wanted to go live and talk about Hove getting hit with them charges for the 13-year-old girl. I wanted to talk about that, but I was actually quite intrigued by the podcast because it seemed like there was a lot going on, a lot to talk about, a lot to learn from. And I was like, bro, like seemed real confident. Like he got two bodyguards like standing to the side. Like I was like, this is wild. Like bro's talking like, wow. I was like, it gotta be two bodyguards off to the side. Hey, if you're in the chat, you heard me say that, man. Go ahead and confirm it. That was wild. I could tell like he just seemed a little bit more gassed up than a normal. But for a cat who started hitting the bottle because he caught a case, he seemed like a little bit like he had a battery in his back for that kind of person. I was like, because we all catch cases. Like how you catch a case for a DV, talking about first off, when you said you have 44 years for a DV, I was like, nah, that don't even sound right. That don't even sound right. Yeah. People catch bodies and get out. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. But the fact that supposedly that turned you to an alcoholic, and then he went from being all emotional to being super disrespectful. I was like, bro, got two bodyguards off camera that we can't see because he ain't like that.
So
that's crazy.
So I'll preface it for you. So it's pretty much, I went in there. I said, yo, how do you guys want to conduct this debate? We could do ad hominems all day.
All right.
Or, we could just have a logical discussion. Yeah. I said, I seen a debate that you did with Anton Daniels, and y'all just went on monologues. That's not really a debate. It's like, okay, who can give the best speech? You're not really proving the other person's point wrong. They was like, they really didn't answer my question. And, Yada and the other gentleman was like, we could, conduct it kind of how we did the Anton Daniels one.
Okay.
He was like, but if you want to do point by point, we could do that too.
Okay.
I was like, perfect. All right, cool. We can do point by point. In regards to the ad hominems, everybody was like, oh, we'll just, play it fair. Once he spoke, it was like, you have no substance. And
no. I think he said you have no. No, that was the first thing. No substance.
You have no substance.
No substance. Yeah.
No
but
substance.
Eventually it came to he has no soul.
No soul. You're a devil.
You the bruh. Yeah. Homeboy was turning up. Homeboy was turning up.
Turning up for for a little Ninja Turtle, but it was all fake. Right after the stream, yo, brother, keep doing what you're doing. You have a beautiful family. Love what you're doing. It's great. And my energy stayed the same from when I met him and from when we left. It was all the same. So it's funny how people are on camera. Once the cameras went on, it was a switch. Once it went off, it was another switch.
That was deep because I'm not going to lie to you, my boy. There were a few times during that debate I was like, if I was moderating it, I would have been like, hold on 1 second. Like, hey, do y'all need to shoot this fair one? like y'all need to just get this off your chest so we could come back and have a debate? Because it was ultra disrespectful at a couple points. It was like bros like yelling and the ad hominems, I expect that.
Yeah.
You hear me? That's a part of the game, and it's an entertainment program. You're not at Oxford Union. So I expect the ad hominems. And truth be told, I'm coming in fully loaded. You hear me? Like, I'm coming in disrespectful off rip. Yeah. Partly just because that's who I am. Like, I have no respect.
Yeah.
But it was getting, and then bro yelling and interrupting. I was like, bro seemed like he need him a fair one.
Man, bro, it's, well, I don't think he's really who he says he is.
In terms of what, like the Lamb of God?
the whole, the praying and stuff and being a man of God and even having the type of money he has, I don't think it's true. I don't think it's all true.
Well, you know what? We'll never know. But bro also did get at you foul on that. He was like, all praises due, all praises due. Brother, what's your name, brother? What's your name, brother? What's your name, brother? What's your name? What's your name, brother? Brother, what's your name?
Yo.
What's your name, brother?
Right before we went on, homie said my name. It was funny. Before we went on, he said my name. After we went off, he said, no, if you actually watched it to the end, he started saying my name. I'm like, why are you putting on the act this whole time?
Nah, everybody knew he was fronting, but it was funny as hell when he said I was dying.
Low key. It was funny as hell. Low key.
But yeah, it was ultra foul. It was ultra foul, my boy. And what was your thinking when you were in that debate from a strategy standpoint? What were you thinking?
So it was two ways. I learned that, like, anytime you go into a new environment and you're doing a podcast, you learn a whole lot of stuff afterwards. Okay. Prior to it, you thinking like, okay, you look at the debate that he did with Anton Daniels, and it's like they just went on monologues, and it's like, who can give the best monologue? Anton Daniels defeated maybe two of his points, but it wasn't really like, it wasn't defeated. It was more like he just had the better message. Sure. So I was like, I could do this because I have panels with females and I could, spill out a better message than someone for sure. But I'm like, let me just take a different approach and just try to defeat it all logical and speak no emotions at all. Yeah. But if he throws ad hominems, I'll throw some back and call him a Ninja Turtle and say, where's your master splinter? Stuff like that.
Bro was 5'4" or something like
that? He's like 5'2".
Wait, what'd you say?
He's like 5'2".
You said he was 5'2" or he is 5'2"?
Bruh, he's like 5'2". He my chick height. Put it like that. him and my chick the same height.
In real life, or you
in real life, yeah. Homie 5'2".
This makes sense, though. I'm gonna tell you why this makes sense, and I always tell people, I say, these cats who talk about being providers and taking care of the chick and all of this servile positioning toward the female, all that really is the fact that you coming up short, in his case literally, but you coming up short, so you got to make up in other areas. You hear me?
Yeah.
Because if you're really a boss and she look at you and like, you the one, then you ain't got to do no extras. And you could be disrespectful. You hear me? You do all kind of foul stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely what I sense was like, and I could have even went more into his personal to really demolish him, but I was like, I really don't even care because the facts is that he definitely has little man syndrome. not only just little man syndrome, but you can tell because he's always like moving with
money. But he
really
5'2" though.
He's really 5'2". He's That's always crazy. Like, he prioritizes the money and, my woman has this amount of money if I die, or this amount of money if she wants to leave me. It's like all materialistic type of view. Is nothing spiritual.
Right.
So it's like, come on, man, you're a hypocrite. Like, nothing that you're saying even adds up.
We're going to have to get into that.
We're going to get into that too.
Oh, man, we got to get into that. Okay. And shout out to Yada, because actually, bro had me dying laughing. I ain't going to lie to you, man. And I saw Anton versus Yada. I didn't watch the whole thing, but this was back when it occurred. Folks had sent me the link, like, yo, check this out. Yeah. React to this. And I think I only reacted to maybe 10 minutes or so of it because I found it to be boring, unengaging, and repetitive. Yeah. And no disrespect to either of them. I just found it to be a draw, and like it wasn't much there, entertainment or debate value wise. But shout out to Anton. Definitely got a lot of respect for the way he does business. I like what he's doing. But this one, bruh, like I was laughing my butt off the whole time. Like this one had your boy focused, and I don't even really watch YouTube like that. I'm not a YouTube consumer. So I enjoyed it from that perspective. Now, who do you say win? Because obviously they took a poll at the end. Yeah. Who do you say won that one?
So you could look at it a few ways. If you look at who actually defeated people arguments, like he pushed forth arguments, illogical arguments with no facts or any statistics, just his feelings. He went on monologues. And I actually refuted some of his arguments. I actually called him in about 3 contradictions. So from that standpoint, as far as, logic and reason goes, I would say that, I took the W. As far as, who presented themselves to seem like a winner, we could give to him. Yeah,
fair enough.
I'm honest. You got to keep a no fugazi on all fronts.
So, and one, I got a master communicator course. The whole course is not about debate because life is not debate. Yeah. It's about interpersonal communication. It's about body language. It's about public speaking, things like that. But we do have 2 lessons on debate tactics. And I think that your estimation is correct in as much as from an argumentative standpoint of dry reason and logic. I think your arguments were superior, but from a debate tactics standpoint, bro was demolishing. Yeah. There were times you made a good point that was logically sound and you said, right? And he was like, no, that's completely wrong. That makes no sense. I was like, bro, going in. I was like, bro is.
And not only that, it was when I fully look at it from a full perspective view, I had the moderators asking me more questions. And the questions was, skewed around what has been going on in a social media sphere so far with me. Yeah. It had nothing to do with him. So it was more from question, I'm on defense. Yeah. They already know where he stands on a question. Right. So it's like, okay, when do I get a question?
And whether that was intentional or not, anytime that one is questioned, it can drive uncertainty in the respondent. So if I say, what's 2 + 2? And then you say 4, I'm like, what's 2 + 2? And you're like, 4. I'm like, no, really, what's 2 + 2? Then you start thinking like,
or they'll ask it a different way. That's what they did. They asked me the question, I answered it, and he asked me another way. I'm like, nigga, can I just answer this question? Like, now you're making me think. Like, okay, all right, I already said that. Same answer.
But I mean, and that's the important thing. I always talk about health, wealth, relationships. Yeah. Health, wealth, relationships, and there was clearly a pre-existing relationship, and you're gonna always be favored by your friends.
That's a fact.
That's just always that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be favored by your friends, and I don't know those gentlemen, but it seemed like they're probably on the traditional Christian thing. Is that what they're on? Are they initiated guys?
It seems like they're on that path with the content that they put out. Yeah. So I would just say yes on that.
Okay. Yeah, and I don't know. I haven't researched them. I've seen their show. In fact, I caught another one. I had to click it because the title was so salacious. It said, I think it was something like former gay man now married to a woman or something like that. Like somebody basically they left the team, went to the dark side. Yeah. Came back to the team. Now, me personally, I'm going to need you to stay over there. You heard me? Like, that's just me. Like, I need you to stay over there. Yeah, I don't want you coming back. I think we're good. Once you've went to that side,
you went to that side. We're good. I mean, but they do a lot of good content. I would say they bring on people from different perspectives and different backgrounds, religious and sexuality and stuff like that, and have different discourses back and forth. So I mean, shout out to Harley.
Yeah, shout out to them. And in fact, I was watching that program that I just referenced with the fellow who claimed to have came back to the straight path, and it was engaging, and they were really taking them seriously and being sincere, and I respect them conducting a mature conversation. So that was neat. Anyways, with regards to, oh yeah, by the way, if you guys have comments, questions, go ahead and send it in below. If you have comments, questions for Cooley and all the things we got to get to, send it in right here. Go ahead, hit me with that from the top. Shout out to Nikita writes, I had a quick question. Do you try to make money of companies' quarterly earnings? Is it worthwhile? I don't know if you meant on a company's quarterly earnings. So when I'm playing the stock market, I'm playing it for quicker, shorter term gains. I do try to load my portfolio with companies that I believe in that have good product lines, but I'm looking to buy distressed assets, undervalued stock. And for those of you who don't know, every single day, Monday through Friday, I trade stock live. You guys can see all of my buys. I talk about what I'm buying, why I'm buying, and then I go through my existing portfolio and I talk about what I'm selling and why. So do check that out. But no, I'm not buying and selling stock to get dividends or none of that. I'm buying it low and I'm selling it high. Carrying on. Shout out to Santino writes, do you look at scissors this? Yo, bruh, when Brody was like, I was facing 44 years. They was telling me to plead to cop to 15, and I was depressed, and and my girl walked in. I had the scissors to my neck. I pushed her back, and she went to go talk to the neighbors like, somebody help this man. Bro, first off, see, like, I feel like West Coast cats is different than East Coast cats. Like, y'all talk reckless, especially in New York. They talk reckless and just disrespect you.
Yeah, for sure.
But West Coast cats, we're actually disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would not have been able to sit through that story. Like, as soon as bro was like, I had the scissors to my neck, I'm like, bro, if you don't shut your, if you don't sit your soft, what? What?
Yeah, man, he was just, what he was trying to do, what's funny is, it was just like what a female does. He was playing the victim. That's what he started it off with. They asked him a question. He never answered the question.
Had nothing to do with the question.
He went to just like, let me go ahead and tell this story how I'm a victim.
It was a cool 7 minutes.
Yeah, so I could go ahead and, get the audience on my side to emotionally manipulate them. So I have this type of upper hand almost. Yeah. So that's what it was. And when he said that, I'm like, bro, like, no, you're a grown man. Why are you talking about this victim story? Get over it, man.
What were you thinking as he was saying it though? Like me, I have a natural aversion to stuff like that. Like I'm glad I wasn't there.
With an
I'm
F.
glad I wasn't there. I would have been in the back. I'd have been off camera in the back, like, hey, bro, shut up, bro. Like,
look.
He was like, who the fuck?
It's a word that starts with the F.
Yeah.
And ends in G.
Ends in G. Okay, that's the short version.
Yeah, that's the short version.
That's the short version. I was like, this nigga got me playing Scrabble.
That's the short version.
Over here, man. Hit me. Shout out to CPA Joe writes, peace of the saints. Can you have the guest break down specifically what makes his girl and him the exception to his single baby mama rule? We knew that one was coming, bro. It was like, let's get this in early.
CPA Joe. Yeah, so I'll break this down to you, man. So when I speak about the exception.
You can take that off. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yeah, when I speak about the exception, you're just viewing it all wrong because you probably watched some I've been preached content or some reaction channel content and you never got the full context of what I was talking about.
30 plus channels at least.
30, at least 30 plus channels.
Yeah, at least.
So I went into the relationship with a child, right? She has children. So when we met, and not only that, I have my child full time, right? Only 18% of custody battles fathers win.
By the way, you're a better man than me, bruh.
I already know. I think I seen something. You like, man, I go ahead and lead a kid
on everything, bro. I'm like, if I ain't messing with moms, I'm like, you can keep that one. Keep that. You hear me? Like, I'm on to the next. I'm starting fresh.
Yeah, not me. It's like
shout out to bro's a good boy. I'm like, nah, this is for both of y'all, you and Bob's. Go ahead.
Yeah, homie, a real supervillain
in a real way.
With that being said, so when we're speaking about this exception rule or even dating single moms, most of the time when we tell men to stay away from single moms, it's because it's like, yo, that comes with one baggage. But then when you think about it, it's like, well, how did she become a single mom? Was she just out here sleeping around being promiscuous and got knocked up? So if you peel the layer back, it's like a sense of promiscuity.
Something's wrong.
Yeah, something's wrong.
Yeah.
So it's like, stay away from single moms. You know, most of them are going to be recreation use only, just like strippers, OnlyFans girls, and stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? It's just like, baggage, some promiscuity, stay away. Then when we speak about the exception, there's always a rule, but then there's exceptions to the rule. So one, when we say to stay away from single moms, normally we're speaking about men that are single. But do you
feel like as you have been going through and mind you, that was my assumption. My assumption is that at least when I'm talking to the audience, I'm talking based on the average man's life circumstances.
Exactly. Same here.
Okay. Now, do you feel as though you should have been more clear in saying, hey, I'm not talking about what I'm doing from my position that I was in, but if I had a clean slate or if I were the average man or the average, 22-year-old.
I actually, the funny thing is on the podcast that they all reacted to, I actually said it in that 30-minute clip that I even posted that went viral, because that was that 30-minute clip that went viral when I had a panel of like single moms. I think it was like 6 girls.
Panel of single moms?
Well, 6 girls and 4 of them were single moms.
It wasn't even on purpose.
It wasn't even on purpose.
You know what gets me mad is that when we recruit girls for the show, so many of them are single moms. And I'm just like, why don't y'all like go watch your kids? Find your baby daddy. Like, why are you trying to come on a podcast? Like, it annoys me. It's like a waste of the ad units.
That is true. That is true.
There's a disproportionate number of single moms. And I think that's because generally the attention-seeking dysfunctional personality of a female that wants to appear on a podcast is that same dysfunction that's going to manifest in the single mom consistently. That's why they're overpopulated on these podcasts.
Yeah.
They discuss me personally. Look, if I knock up a single mom, nigga, you could bet your bottom dollar it was on accident. You dig? It was on accident. I ain't saying I'm above it. I'm saying I'm damn sure trying not to do it, but it was on accident. And I don't care how she look either.
Nah, that's a fact. So getting back to the exception thing. So most men, so what I tell men, hey, stay away from single moms. These are guys that don't have kids. Guys that have kids, only 78% of them barely have their kids. They maybe see their kid maybe twice a month, a few times. So even guys that have kids, from a general perspective, it wouldn't be in your best interest to be with a single mom. A man that has his kid full time, it's a little bit different. I would still say try to get a chick with no kids.
With no kids, yeah.
Still always try to get a woman without any kids.
Right.
But when I say the exception, all that stuff that I said as far as the woman being promiscuous or as far as the woman having some bad characteristic traits and stuff like that, my woman just didn't exhibit those. And also, as far as me being the exception, I came into the relationship with a kid and had full custody of my kids. So from that standpoint, it's like, okay, I'm the exception. She's not promiscuous. It's different.
Do you ever feel like you go on a podcast and you be venting on the low? I
ain't gonna hold you. Because the questions that they ask.
And you show up like, man, these single moms. Right after she did something. It be therapeutic?
Not only that. So it's funny is because even when we reacted to it last night, it's like you can speak in a multitude of different ways. So you can speak in a way of where you're saying making an is claim or making a should claim. Like you're speaking from how it is or how things should be. So when I'm speaking and saying from a general perspective, women that exhibit these type of characteristic traits, this is just how it is, right? And also these women, they want some type of upper echelon type of guy. So then I'm also giving them the reality, like, wait, you have all of these kids and you want this type of man.
All of these
There's
kids.
a high probability that this man is only going to use you for recreation only. So that's an is claim. That's not how things should be. Should single moms be, used for recreation use only? You would say, yeah, but I would be like, in the Holy Spirit of God, things would be better if we all got together when we were virgins or something.
Ideally, we wouldn't deal with them at all. Ideally, we wouldn't even touch them. But every now and then you need it in your life, they be right there. You feel me? They be right there. I I was coming out of this spot in Vegas. It was actually in the hood. I ain't gonna say where I was or what I was doing, but it was in the hood. And I hop back in the drop and I see this tall, thick thing. You heard me? Caramel. Thought she might have been Ethiopian. She's just tall and just thicker than a Snicker. I had to pull up on her, man. I kicked some game at her, exchanged the contact info later that night. You know, we was chopping it up. It turned out to be a single mom. Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah, at that point, I was already in too deep. Yeah, you think I was in too deep to sleep. Had to have her come through, man. And you know what? She did give me that tender motherly love. You know, she's also a nurse, too. And so I feel like, you know, after you take a girl down.
Double red flag.
Yeah, you know, no, except I forget what the particular practice is. She's one of those nurses that deal with like geriatrics, like people that's on their way out.
Okay.
There's a particular term I can't recall.
Hospice.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. And so her hospice. People be dying like left and right. You feel me? Yeah. But and so she'll get called into work if somebody croaks. I guess she got to go, you know, put them out, you know, on the curb or whatever, like, you know, trash day on Tuesday or kind of thing. I don't know how that works, but point is, after you max her out, you know, there's a different care that a mother and a medical professional together, you know, after you max them out, you know how girl come back with that hot rag and, you know, clean you off, man. She clean you off with the firmness of a mother, but with the scientific precision of a medical professional. And it's something I appreciate, you know what I'm saying? But the single kid concept is bonkers because they're always connected to that other guy. What has your experience been with her connected to this other guy? And I don't know at all. I'm asking I'm as ignorant as the folks watching. So what has the experience been with that other guy connected to your old lady?
Yo, it's no connection.
Tell me more.
Yes.
And this nigga ran off on the plug. The white man didn't abandon his kids.
No running off on the plug or nothing like that, man. Just no connection, man. I don't want to get into, you know, the personal background of, you know, the father of the kids and stuff like that. Yeah. But it was just, you know, not a suitable situation. Mm-hmm. So yeah, no relation, no connection.
Meaning that he's not in the picture at all.
He's in the picture, but not in the picture where it's like, you know, that I have to deal with or she really has to deal with.
That she has to have any real engagement.
Like real engagement. Yeah, no engagement. Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
So think about that. Like most men, they're like, oh, I don't want to deal with this other nigga. Like, come on, I got to deal with this other nigga. Like, my chick got to deal with this other nigga. Like, I'm really trying to say, like, I don't got to deal with the other nigga.
Okay. Now, here's another thing. And one thing, I'm going to share this for the first time with the people as well. And this is like, I've already said I've had various dealings with single moms. But this particular dealing I had with a single mom. And again, this chick let me know late, and I didn't really appreciate that. Not that it was going to stop me because I was a young ball.
Late, like how late? Into the talking phase?
Bruh, probably like I'm in 2 dates.
You already clapped cheeks?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Which to me is the worst because like you didn't invest in 2 dates. I'm going to need those cheeks. I'm going to need those.
Trying to collect now.
Yeah, I got to collect.
You got to collect.
Absolutely. So she had let me know and I was like, all right, cool. And the worst part about it is she was like, for the most part, an female.
Yeah.
Very attractive girl. And she grew up among the Amish. I don't want to put too much of her business out there, but she basically grew up like among the Amish. So in that culture, you get married early, you have kids early, and basically stay there the whole time.
Okay.
For reasons that won't be stated, the marriage ended and she has a daughter who is blonde with blue eyes. So she has like the Aryan super child, and then there's my black ass and her. And so just the aesthetic of going out is like, that's not your kids. That's not your kids. But I always, and it was a sweet little child too. Yeah. Nice little child. And I always ask myself, will I ever be, you know, because every now and then I'm presuming maybe it's just you and the kids, right? Maybe she's not there for whatever reason. You'll have to let me know because it's not a life I've lived.
It's always, it's always.
Bro's like, I put in no extra work at all.
No extra work.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there's no extra work, man. I would say, nah, she's always home with the kids, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was always asking myself if for whatever reason I want to go to Walmart and, you know, mom's is at home and the little kid is like, oh, I want to go.
So let me put this in perspective for you real quick. So that's the thing. So I had a kid full time. I was super, 24, you know, at the time. full custody of my daughter.
Yeah.
And 24, 25 or whatever. Mm-hmm. But full custody of my daughter. And with that being said, you want to do like you want to go out there and assert yourself as a man. You have all of these ambitions and stuff like that, but you can't really do these things as a single father full time. So you're actually you're almost what I'm saying is like, you know how a single mom, they're like, they can't really go to the club. They got to find a babysitter. They can't do this. They got to find a babysitter. They can't go on this date. They need to find a babysitter.
Right.
So I'm basically living a life as a single father, similar to that. Okay. You get what I'm saying?
All right.
So with that being said, it's like then the type of woman that you're looking for, a lot of women that don't have kids don't really understand the obligations that it takes when you do have a kid full time. So with that being said, a single mother, I just happened to find one that, you know, that was good in all facets in the ways that I wanted. And she followed programs, she followed leads, followed suit. So with that being said, and she's a woman where it's like, now I can actually go out there and assert myself and be ambitious because she's down to stay at home with all the kids.
Okay, now let me go back though to what I was saying. I'm gonna go back, not to ignore what you said.
Yeah.
And this is from the perspective of someone who's not at all been in your shoes.
Yeah.
And this is guesswork. And I imagine the audience that's similar in my position has the same guesswork. So as I was saying, I'm imagining what is it like to go into Walmart and I'm walking around at this blonde haired, blue eyed little white girl trailing around me, you know, and or holding my hand, and I'm just like had like an anxiousness or a paranoia. I might be walking through Walmart, some Karen or some nosy white dude's like, "Hey, like, do you know him?" And then I'm having an issue. Have you ever been out with the kids?
Yeah. Without
her in the public?
Nah.
How do you do that, bro? Like, what are you talking about? Like, how's that even possible?
Never. Never happened.
Like, so are you part-time in those kids? Like, are her kids getting shortchanged in the arrangement?
No. It's no. I mean, when we go out as a family. Yeah.
Okay.
But I've never been in any situations where we're just me and, you know, her two kids and that's it.
Bro said her two kids. Bro, what's going on?
We gotta.
This man is breaking all decorum and assumptions. Bro said her two kids. Not my stepkids. Bro said her two kids. That's crazy.
I'm just saying that's how it be. Down as far as, I mean, there's no marriage or anything like that. So I'm just speaking what's true.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie and say anything that's not mine. And also, even if I got married to an individual, I would never still say like those are my two kids. These are still kids from someone else.
Okay.
I would still claim them. These are my stepkids. That's what I would say. And I would still, that's just the facts of the matter, man. That's just the facts of, that's the truth. That's the truth.
That's wild. Zudor, did you get that text? All right, let me see what we got here. See what folks sent in. And thank you to the 3 folks who have supported the work. We appreciate you. Oh, wow, these folks. I don't know. They're not supporting. Only not 3 folks have supported. Right, I don't know if we
some super chats, man.
Yeah, I know that was wild. I don't think I've ever seen it that low. Fascinating. It must be like fascinating to they're just like jaw dropped.
Possibly so.
Maybe it's the certain types that watch more entertaining content. Shout out to Emmanuel. He writes, "Peace of the Saints." Shout out to the real one supporting the work. Appreciate you. So one of the things that I thought was interesting that I actually didn't know, and it's not surprising that I didn't know it because I'm not a. Is the answer no to that?
No, I didn't take it. I didn't take my phone.
Meaning you didn't do it, or you're not sure if you did it?
No, I'm not sure. I'm taking it right now.
Okay. So.
No, it's not.
That's really bad. All right, you fix that?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's a major L right there. Anyways, so with regards to your content, we know each other in person. I don't feel the need to like be watching the content.
Yeah.
I obviously catch a lot of your clips. So I don't catch the long form content, but I catch a ton of the clips. I'm not on TikTok on a consumer level, so I didn't know anything that you were doing on TikTok. And I remember when we first met, in Vegas, came to the headquarters, and through the conversation, unprompted, I do remember you had said, you know, I have a daughter. I love being a father. And I was like, oh, that's quite remarkable and unusual.
Yeah.
And I respected that. And I forget if you had discussed the woman having kids.
I did.
I think you might have.
Yeah, I did actually. I told you.
yeah, I think you might have.
Because it had came up. I don't remember the discussion. It was almost a whole year ago from now. But it came up randomly, and I was like, I'm so open. Keeping no fugazi, man. There's a lot of people saying like, oh, you're a hypocrite, all of this type of stuff. Like, bro, I have nothing to hide.
Yeah.
But even when we're speaking in person, I'm like, oh yeah, I have a daughter, and my girl has 2 kids, boom, boom, and we didn't really get into detail. It was kind of just like a conversation within a conversation. That's what it was. Yeah.
And I'm the kind of guy also that I really don't care too much about other people's business until it becomes my business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like until your wife and kids are involved in my life, which will probably never happen, I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it has nothing to do with me.
Facts.
I like to like mind my own business, financial, personal, and otherwise. But you definitely did engage that, which I respect. And one of the things that when this came out is I saw the YouTube postings like everyone else, and folks like, and it was so disrespectful, bruh. I'm not going to name the content creator whose video I saw first. It wasn't Abba and Pre, since you've already mentioned them. But I'm not going to highlight any other content creators, but it was one particular guy, funny guy. And I clicked the thumbnail and I was like, word? Because I'm looking at the thumbnail and I'm like, word? And the thing that made me say word was not the fact of the topic, but the fact that he had put your wife and your kid's photo in the thumbnail.
Yeah.
And to me, that's just too far if you're not enemies with someone. You see, like, if you and I are open enemies, meaning that like, yo, when I see you, I'm going to do you something.
Yeah.
Like when I see you, like you already know what it is.
Yep.
But if it's not like that, like to put your wife and your kids out there, to me is insane.
Bro.
It's so disrespectful and grimy.
At the end of the day, bro, honestly, if you want to know the truth, I don't even care. The truth is, bro, I don't care at all. Like,
you're saying that their likeness is out there.
It's already out there. I have a whole TikTok.
You're saying from you.
What you say?
You're saying from you.
Yeah. From me, like I don't care.
Also, please don't put other content creators in my chat. Some of you may be new, but I've already explained not to put content creators in my chat at all. If you want to mention a content creator's name, send in a super chat. Otherwise, we just assume that it's promotion and we're not giving out any unpaid promotion. Go ahead.
Okay. So we were on the fact that, I don't care. So when people put that in a thumbnail, it's like, okay, yeah, it's childish. Why are you like trying to make fun of, a family and stuff like that? But at the end of the day, that doesn't bother me, right? None of this bothered me at all. The reason why it didn't bother me is because I have a whole TikTok with 1.8 million followers, and I already put my whole life out there as far as doing like funny type of content.
Yeah, we got to get into this too. We got to get into that.
So when it's already out there and it already like people was already, bashing as far as like black man with a white woman.
Yo, they hate that.
Yo, they hate it. White people hate it too though. It's a lot of races on both sides.
But it's mostly white guys that hate it. And then it's mostly black women that hate it.
Yeah.
It's white guys that hate it. And it's black women that hate it.
Yep.
And in both cases, you're looking at two demographics. And it's not good looking, tall, strong white guys that hate it.
It's the goofy looking ones.
The ones that think you're taking food off their plate. But in reality, you're not.
Yeah.
But in reality, you're not. But that's how they feel.
Anyway, yeah.
And then it's the black women. This is crazy. I remember one time I was walking down the street in Baltimore, Maryland. And I was with this bad little white ting that I hadn't smashed. We were just colleagues at the time. I eventually caught her slipping. But at the time, we were just colleagues. And I was doing Teach for America, and we were both do-gooders, teaching young black kids. And we're walking down the street, Main Street in Baltimore, and some black ratchets drive by in a beat-up-ass Toyota hatchback type of joint and slow down. I thought they was about to ask for directions or something. So they pull up on us. I'm walking out. We had just like left a teacher training. They slow down, pretty little white chick, long brown hair, slim waist, nice wide hips, skinny with a gap in the middle. You dig? Yeah, and went to Berkeley, studied chemistry, like super smart. Like a real catch. Yeah. Like if I wasn't such a young ball, I'd have probably just dropped the seed in her like, F it, I'm done. You hear me? Yeah, yeah. But I had too much left in me. You dig? I had too much left. So anyways, bro, like they didn't slow down and they like stopped like they was about to ask for directions. They're like, sell out, and then scared. I was like, wait, what the fuck? And I was big mad because I was like, number one, this ain't my bitch, this is my colleague.
Yeah, you ain't even hit yet. So you think you're like, man.
Yeah. And then number two, you're yelling sell out, but if I'd have caught you in the mall and hollered at you, you wouldn't have messed with me. You feel me? Like it was like 4 black ratchets, fat and ugly. I wouldn't have never approached them anyways. Yeah. But if I did, you wouldn't mess with me. So it's like, why are you bothering me knowing damn well you wouldn't mess with me anyways? Yeah. And it's just the negativity of hateful people. I even saw somebody in my comments yesterday and I had to address it. Not because I condone any of what you're doing, but because I don't condone racism, right? Yeah. And we'll talk about my perspective on what you have going on, but I don't condone racism. It's like, yeah, he got a white woman and 2 white kids. It's like, whether they white or black is immaterial. It's if you disagree with what he's doing, that's one thing. Now, frankly, I don't know why you care so much. You didn't even know him.
Facts.
But the fact that you play it up so hard because of the racial thing, I think is ridiculous. And I don't know if it's Dr. Umar got these folks hyped up, but I think at the end of the day, when you feel that kind of hatred for strangers, like something's wrong with you.
Yeah, man. It's I mean, I agree, man. It's something definitely wrong with those people that have it in them to even. You got to think about it. Even people in the chat making comments. Mm-hmm. Like if you have the time and like just to write a crazy comment, just downing someone for something that's, you know, so simple as, you know, race, when we're more than just race. We are conscious beings, spiritual beings.
This man turned into Yada. This man is Yada awakening.
No, I'm just saying we're more than just race. You know what I'm saying?
All praises due. All praises due, brother. I'm going to have to go soon, though. I've been fasting for 83 days. I've been fasting 83 days, brother.
Yeah, homie had a good excuse to get up out of there when I was pressing him at the end.
No, I've been fasting 83 days. It's not an excuse,
he was
brother.
Out of there.
Yes, and I want to say shout out to my family. Shout out to my kids. I love you. You're beautiful. Shout out to my kids and my family. You're beautiful. I love you. Bro was doing the most ill-advised stuff on earth. I was like, what's up with bro?
He was doing it was hard. If you watched the end, it was crazy. I asked him a question, and he literally, it's like at the end of the podcast, the last 20 minutes. Yeah. Because before they were all reacting to clips that I did or things that I said. I finally was like, yo, bring up one clip of, you know, that what he said. Right. Then I got to press him on it and really get into his, you know, thinking and his epistemology. And he's like, I asked him a question, pose it to him. And he's like startled. Because the whole thing was like, oh, you call single moms recreational use only. Yeah. What he was doing was actually promoting girls to be recreational use only.
That was a good point you brought up, and he muddled that very effectively.
You saying at the end, oh, so you did see that part?
I did see that part. Okay. Yeah, I did. I watched the whole thing. I might not have maybe caught the last couple minutes when they were bringing people online and they were having technical difficulties, but I thought that was a very meaningful point, which I agree with you wholeheartedly, that women need to mostly be uninvolved. You know, they don't need to go out there and get a bunch of experience, right? So I agree with you there. And you were explaining it in a calm, rational fashion, and he was very effective in muddling it and making it hard to understand. And then he says, my brother, I'm talking about courtship, brother. You talking about, and he's like, this is unrelated. And I was like, no, actually, that's a very good analogy. That's an excellent analogy. Bro gave zero ground the whole time. Like he got
moved 0%. Moved the goalpost, and I'm like, bro,
he did everything he could do.
Can y'all please have him answer this question? They made me answer every question. Have him answer this question.
Well, that's one of the things that I haven't watched their program at length, so I don't know precisely how it runs, and so I have to be forgiven for that. But I did send in a super chat that they said they would read.
Yeah, I seen that.
And they didn't actually ask him the question, which was directed at him.
Yeah, to name the
three philosophers.
3 philosophers. Yep.
And I thought it was strange because then they did another session of pulling up super chats, and they read one, and then he answered it and elaborated, but it was a favorable one.
And they made me answer questions from the super chat too.
So I found that to be quite distasteful, and it was almost like, oh, we're gonna just. I was like, I don't think I respect that.
Yeah.
And I also don't think he could have named 3 philosophers, which is why I asked. I don't think most of the speakers on the internet can name 3 philosophers. And I think it's important when people step out in front and act as though there's some beacon of wisdom, they actually have wisdom. And especially if you're a spiritual leader and you can go on talking about all praises are due, God this, God that, you name 0 scripture the whole time, 0 surahs the whole time, 0 references to any established work. Yeah. So where are you getting all these ideas
from? He spoke about spirituality, but he never explained spirituality. He never explained how he operates in spirit. He just says, well, you have to be spiritual. Marriage is spiritual. Well, nigga, explain, what do you mean spiritual?
I mean, also, even as far as having 2 wives, well, he has the dicker beads, which is from the Islamic faith.
Okay. Right. I didn't even know that. Right. I'm like, yo, what is these?
Yeah, it's from the Islamic faith. And then he stated that he had a wife in Africa and a wife, I'm presuming, in the United States as well.
Yep. So one he's legally married to and one he's not. In which the whole thing we were speaking about was... And the funny thing is, I wanted to bring all of this stuff up, but it was like, they done moved the goalpost so many times. I'm like, just forget it.
Bro, I was like, is this man drained? I was like, this man is playing soft. I was like, this man is drained. I was like, were you low on energy? What's going on, man?
Truth be told, I have sickle cell traits. So when I fly, I'm really black. So when I fly it messes me up. So I had a headache the whole day. And I normally what I like to do is if I do fly, I really don't want to do a podcast that same day. I need a good 24 hours to fully recover. Yeah. Major headache and no excuses. It is what it is, but major headache and couldn't hear anything. If you seen, I didn't even have my headphones on because it was like a ringing noise in my ear. So even my assistant called me, was like, text me while I was live. I was like, yo, you good? You seem out of it.
You did look drained. You looked a bit drained and out of it, and the energy wasn't there. That's actually what I remarked on my reaction. I said, when you started, I mean, the intellect and the thinking was there, but the energy wasn't there, and it's a performance piece.
Yeah, performance piece.
It's a performance piece, yeah. That was a hell of a debate for a lot of reasons. And then the audience, now one, I don't know what the size of his audience is or where he is primarily. I don't know what his footprint looks like on YouTube. Looks like he has a significant footprint on Instagram. And one of the things that I've learned is that right or wrong, whoever has the bigger audience is always going to win the debate, because they have more voices. Yeah. They have more voices. And if you're talking to someone and your values are too different or your audience demographics are too different, you're not going to actually win over any new followers or anyone to your side. I think in his case, it appears that there's a lot of single mothers who are also black. So 2 categories, single mother and then also black. And so it's really like a collection, a refuge for women that at some level are a bit broken, and he's telling them everything they would like to hear. So he's the ultimate Pied Piper, selling the most fantastic dreams of, hey, you have great value. You have the greatest value, and your child is a value, and a great man will take you, which is ironic because what we know for a fact is if he actually is 5'2", as you say, which for me is honestly hard to believe, but
Bro,
that's insane.
He was like, here, bro.
Yeah, if that's the case, most of the single mothers that he preaches to love to hear his message, but wouldn't even turn around and date him.
Yeah, wouldn't even look him. Yeah. Wouldn't even give him a chance. Yeah. Without money, he's nothing. Right. That's the difference. Yeah. Without money, he's nothing. You could strip every dollar away. Yeah. I would still be something. Mm-hmm. I'm a father. I'm a man of my word, and I would trash him. Physically superior than that man in all facets.
And that's not to say anything's wrong with money. I happen to be a big fan. I'm a big fan. I promote getting your money.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
I'm a big fan.
Get the cheese
in a real way. Now, who are these 2 cats that were with him? I just personally need to know, if you don't mind speaking.
Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah, what'd they look like?
Black guys. Black guys. One was fairly tall, maybe a little bit shorter than me. One was maybe 5'9". Other one was maybe 6'1", something like that. So
he brought in some reinforcements, huh?
Yeah, they didn't say anything. They were just sitting back there chilling. Yeah. It wasn't like a threat. Let's make it clear. No one. Yeah. I'd never felt threatened or anything like that. It was cool. Yeah. The environment was cool and stuff like that. But as far as the way he portrayed himself on a podcast, it just wasn't like that off camera.
Oh, that was insane.
100%.
That was
not
brazy.
At all.
That was super brazy. Because but that's always how it starts. Though, when I went up to No Jumper, I went up there with the homie, and I don't think anyone probably felt threatened, but you better believe if I got up on my feet, he was going to be on his feet, and it'd have been a fight to the death.
Yeah.
Probably not even a fight, though, because you know how I be. But, that's how it starts. So, yeah, man, definitely I'm going to have to pull up with you next time, man, in a real way.
I text you, so I was like, yeah, you want to pull up?
You did.
Yeah.
And I think you did it before you got on your flight. I'm assuming.
I think so, yeah.
I assume it was before you got on your flight because I hit you back, and then there was like a 2-hour gap, then I ended up hopping on a live session.
Yep.
And then by the time I got off the live session, I think you were probably already there.
I probably was already there. Yeah, it was like 7 p.m.
Yeah, and I didn't expect it to be so early, to be honest with you, too.
Oh, me?
No, just the time of the podcast. I didn't expect it to be.
It was 8 p.m. I started at 8 p.m.
I think you had told me 6:30, maybe 6:30 or 7:30. I forget. But whenever I got off the pod, it was about maybe I'd had 20 minutes to get there.
Got you.
I was still wearing a thobe. I was like, this ain't gonna pop off.
Nah, all good, man. All good.
But that's a beautiful thing. That's one thing I always tell the Saints is that there should never be one of you. Not to say that people can't hold themselves down, but don't try. Why even try? We're not even trying to play fair out here. It's a cold world.
True enough, man.
You know what I'm saying? It's a cold world. And the way bro was talking, I was like, nah, he ain't like that. I could tell he ain't. Me, I'm an asshole.
The crazy thing is, when you do podcasts for certain individuals and they're, making ad hominem attacks and they're speaking down on you.
Yeah.
I know my background and where I'm from. I know I can look a man in his eyes and I know this is someone that he will act on the things that he says.
Yeah.
And this is someone he's just playing a character.
That was
so I already knew that this man was it was all the act.
Bro was talking so reckless. The level of
all the act.
Bro was talking so reckless. It was unreal. And another thing, and I know we're jumping from topic to topic. I want to bring that up since we were edging on the topic of fades, because there's another, and I'm basically going off of the hit pieces I've seen. I didn't see 40 hit pieces. I be clicking them too.
Yo, listen, man.
Goddamn, nigga, Cooley did something else. I had to hit my mans up, bro. They fried your ass up, boy. We
had a couple conversations off cam, hey man, it is what it is.
It's beautiful.
I'm ready for it all.
But I like that you keep working. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You didn't say oh man, I'm gonna hide out, or I'm gonna take a little vacation, I'm gonna hold off.
The reason why I didn't, because I guess some people would think that, but the reason why my podcast is called No Fugazi is because I really practice the things that I say that I do, right? That's different than when I'm speaking about something, making a how it is claimed or how it should be claimed and speaking in generalities. But when I speak about my life, I really operate how I say I operate. So,
oh yeah, we got to talk about that too, bro. It's so much. Hit me. It's so much we got to get into. This is crazy. I'm glad we're having this conversation. I also find this personally entertaining for a variety of reasons. Shout out to None of the Above Writes Tuition. A lot of haters and lonely mothers in the chat. What? Say it ain't so. Fellow mods, let's get them out of there expeditiously. And by the way, to the single mothers and the haters, send in your super chat. Let us know what's on your mind. I'll be willing to hear you out. And if we could get a single mother who wants to come on camera,
bring them on
and
screen.
Show her face, I would love to hear from them for a number of reasons, even if it's just explaining to me why the hatred for the white woman is so deep. That's the part that is. Now me, I love black women. I prefer black women, in fact, but the behaviors are often not up to standard, and I don't do fake hair. So that then took 98% of them out the game.
Yeah, they out of there.
Yeah, I don't do fake hair. But if the behavior is there and the natural hair is there, because I love black women so much that I don't believe they need to change anything. I think they're actually perfect. You hear me?
I agree.
So they don't have to change anything. But the problem is they hate themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's hard to deal with them. But I would love to hear people, especially if there's a woman who wants to come on camera, let us know in the chat. We'll bring you on. And if there's a dude, send in your super chat. We will address what you have to say. And there's a number of places that, we have difference and we have similarity. Number one, I think there's ideal circumstances of what we would have wanted to do, given, certain things being aligned. Like, for example, when I went into university, I ended up taking a degree in political science. Now I find that to be laughable and an embarrassment. Though I learned much from the degree, if I could have done it while having mentors or proper parents that knew business and knew life, I would have studied something of greater substance, like computer science and electrical engineering, something that I could turn into gainful employment.
Yeah.
but I made the move based on my circumstance at that time. So if people say, hey, what should I study? I'll say computer science, electrical engineering, cybersecurity, financial technology. You know, I would be able to give you good guidance, even though it's not the road that I went on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the wrong road showed me where the right road is, and I can only recommend people based on me having not taken the right road.
I look at it a little bit differently. I would say that you took the right road.
Oh yeah, I mean, my life is good.
Like, you know? as far as you said you got a master communicator course.
I do, yeah.
You're a well speaker. You know, we talk behind scenes. I always give you kudos on the things that you're very good at and the things that you mastered. So I think that it helped you out, if anything. Because, like, think about it. If we actually being honest, Marquett is one of the individuals that a lot of people do watch.
Bruh. they on the low. Sources.
On the low, and they don't want to say it. Yeah. And actually, because I was new to the space, and I caught on to you kind of late, but when I started watching you, and this was like maybe a little bit before we did our podcast together. Okay. I'm like, okay. And then I'm watching other people. I'm like, interesting.
Right. Yeah.
Interesting. But it's always like that. And it's not to say that someone is stealing things, because we can even say, you know, me and Fresh and Fit are similar because we make the similar type of content. And it's like, for sure, I would be a liar if I never said, I'm like, okay, Fresh and Fit is awesome. Yeah. They're doing something that's good. Yeah. Okay, Coca-Cola, let me try to get in the game and be Pepsi.
Right.
I would be a liar if I lied and said that no one didn't watch certain type of content and then said, all right, well, let me see a void in the market where then I can try to produce and put in something that's natural to myself and fill that void of something that's me and authentic to me. So that's what a lot of people do in this content space, but they don't like to give credit where it's due.
You ain't lying. And you know, that's another good point, David. When the number of people who have come for your head, my boy, now people are going to come for your head off rip. Just if you're winning, people coming for your head. But the hatred behind it, the level of viciousness. Yeah. And then you look at the people who are doing it. I know that is because you're tall, good looking, reasonably famous. And that's what makes it so much more personal.
Yeah. To them,
that's all it is.
And that's the other thing. They like to say, like, oh, he's a sim. I'm like, bro, the girl of your dreams I could get if I wanted to. Let's just be honest. Like, I have people, I do these debates every Wednesday. And after all of this stuff started happening, I'll get people on the stream that they would just make it hominem attacks about, you know, my personal life and stuff. But I'll still debate them. I'll still like,
that's crazy.
I'll do it logically and stuff like that and defeat their, you know, illogical arguments. But then I'm like, you're fat and sweaty on the stream.
Oh, not on the stream.
Like, what are you talking about? Cooley, you didn't have other options? What are you talking about? Nick, your mother could have been an option. What are you talking about? I could have been your stepfather.
There's one thing we do need to address. So and one thing that is different between us, you said, you know, they got the pictures out of my old lady, my seeds. That don't bother me. Me personally, I'm very private, which might sound strange for a podcaster to say, but in terms of mom's, brother, my old lady, seeds, no, I'd rather just keep that like way off to the side for a number of reasons that we'll get into. Hit me. Shout out to Spin City headquarters, writes, peace to the Saints. Good conversation amongst kings. Good to see. Appreciate you. Shout out to Moneybag Mont, writes, what do you do if you slip up and make the mistake of getting a single mom pregnant? Now, bro, I'll try to. We both gonna have different answers. We gonna have to go through this. He's right. This ish wild. I'm laughing, but not even funny. Plus, got a product on the way, but I need that hat. Oh yeah, in a real way, man. It's the uniform hat. All the Saints gotta have this one right here. There's a couple pieces everybody has to have. This one right here is damn near a uniform hat. And then at sasnbrand.com, you gotta get your athletic shorts, man. Don't show up to the workout not looking righteous. But dig this. He said, "What do you do if you get the single mom pregnant, man?" Ideally, we try to hit reverse, hit the rewind button, or I'm running off on the plug. 9 out of 9, I'm running off on the plug. You've been warned. You've been warned.
So you never had no situations where, you know, a girl took a plan B or had an abortion or anything?
So these chicks take plan B like it's plan A, my boy. I mean, there are chicks where,
they got it ready.
I don't know how you be, but when I be stroking them out, you hear me? I'm really, it's a full body experience. It's a mental and spiritual experience. You hear me? So I'm stroking out the body, but I'm also stroking out the mind. So I'm talking to Shorty, and I was like, where you want me to? She was like, inside. I was like, wait, hold on, time out. I was like, are you on the pill? She's like, no, just go. I was like, nah. She's like, just go. I'll get the pill. Have it your way, like Burger King. Give her this beef how she wanted, man. Have it your way, like Burger King. Oh, you want mayonnaise on that sandwich? Go ahead, mayonnaise and beef in between this bun, bro. Go ahead, Shorty. Yeah, no, they be doing that Plan B like it's Plan A in a real way. But okay. I've been shockingly responsible and disciplined over a lifetime for a variety of reasons, but also in part due to misguidance. You see, the wise men, the saints, should be spreading their seed, for the wicked and the foolish spread their seed thoughtlessly.
Yeah.
And we are in a war, and we ought not be outnumbered.
Yeah. And I would say both of my kids was planned. Like even my daughter was planned. It was never out of like, it was all planned, good relationship and everything. Yeah.
So you were like, look, I'm about to do this.
Yo, I was 22 at the time, I believe. I'm about to be 23. And it's like, you know what?
Wow.
I'm gonna be a father.
Wow. That's heavy, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, man.
That's
that's heavy. In fact, when do you think is the latest age to get started on that? As a man, where you're like, all right, like if you want to get started, this is the latest I recommend you start with the first one.
I would say our biology, I think our semen rate does decrease when it was around like 40, I believe.
Okay.
Something like that. I may be off, but chat, I probably can look it up.
Yeah.
But from a biological perspective, I mean, man, we could pretty much lay seed in whenever we want. There's not really a time frame.
Yeah.
But as far as like,
based on you as a father,
based on me as a father, like my experience is like, I'm 35. I have a 12-year-old. I have a about to be a 2-year-old.
That's bonkers.
And then I have another. My shorty is pregnant, so she's about to have another one. So I'm about to have a daughter.
So I ain't been keeping up with this, man. I got to keep up with the hit pieces, damn it. I got to keep them very informative. But okay, so you have a 12-year-old girl, then you have a 2-year-old that's yours.
Yes.
Little boy, little girl?
Little boy.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations. Yep. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I got a son.
And then you got one in the oven.
One in the oven. I got one in the oven. So what I say is like, it's cool for me.
And the 2-year-old is with your current lady.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So for me, it's like, it's cool being a father like at this age, but I mean we're men. It's like it's not really a recommendation. It's like try to have them before you're 50 if you could.
So what I want to be able to do is, and we're going to have a conversation about this among the assassin, but I want to think of a cutoff to where you say like, bro, like, I don't care if you're ready or not ready, bro. If you ain't dropped at least one seed by this age, you messing up.
Yeah. I would say a cutoff maybe, from my perspective, because I have kids.
Right.
40.
40. Okay, fair enough.
Like, that'd be for me.
So it shall be.
It'd be for me.
Yeah, so it shall be. 40 it is. Let's remember that. Zulu, you logged that one in?
40.
There it is.
He said 40.
40. Hit me. Jax writes, New York is more influential than LA. This man is, bro, knock it off. I get mad. New York is more influential than LA in every way, except for gang culture, bro. If you don't knock it off. He writes, also New York is the most disrespectful as well. Bro, stop it. Y'all are tongue wrestlers and jaw jackers. You heard me? Y'all run your mouth. I've been out in New York many times, man. I never seen people talk so much, but the fade don't pop off. I be waiting for the fade like, yo, the Puerto Rican cat, Dominican cat talking reckless. Like, where's the swinging at? Like, I need the fade here. He writes, LA sucks now as well and is too woke. Bro, you telling me New York ain't woke?
New York super woke.
New York super woke, right?
Super.
And I'm going to give you this. They're both very woke. New York and LA are very woke. But I think your hoods in New York, which means longstanding communities, have been invaded by liberal white women. Whereas in LA, liberal white women are not moving into Compton. They're not moving into South Central. They're not moving into our real neighborhoods. Like, Harlem is gone. Y'all lost Harlem. That's like historically important for the black peoples of the earth. You hear me? Y'all done lost Harlem. Am I wrong, Brody? Niggas lost Harlem, right? That's insane.
Harlem's cooked
the
right
Harlem
now.
Renaissance, right? Like, that's our actual history. Young niggas have lost Harlem. Knock it off, Jax. Knock it off. Get that damn super chat off my screen. Shout out to TB. Jax coming over here trying to turn me up, bro. TB writes, it does honestly feed into the narrative that from, is that white men? That have even high value black men get their used or bottom of the barrel white women. Just my opinion. Live your truth, King. Live your truth. He said you mess with them fat white girls. He said that's what this is. This is another version of a fat white woman and use a skinny black guy. You hear me?
Yeah, nah, man. My chick, regularly, she's 135, 253.
So. Metaphorically, man. Metaphorically. Metaphorically, that's what he's saying.
Figures, right?
But look, I will say black men's standards are bottom of the barrel. You hear me?
Generally, yeah, for
man,
sure.
They are bottom of the damn barrel. Scraping it, bro.
It's bad, man. And I always tell people, too, like, even when I do my streams and stuff, because, I spoke about my life, extensively. And
on YouTube or on TikTok
YouTube.
or both?
On YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, on YouTube. Mm-hmm. Like when I do my debates and stuff like that.
Okay.
And even I had women on the podcast many times like, well, does the woman that you have, does she have kids like, before you? I'm like, yeah, she does. Okay. She's like, oh, okay. And those women can relate. I'm like, that doesn't mean that you can still get a person like me. I'm still being honest with him. Like it's going to still be hard. It's still going to be very hard.
Absolutely.
But so what I wanted to say was, I actually just lost my train of thought when you asked that question.
That's because you've been fasting for 88 days. Carry on.
But no, it was about the super chat. That's what it was.
Shout out to TB and also shout out to Abdi. He writes, was there any positive that came out of this situation? Were you able to capitalize in any way, as I'm sure you must have anticipated this happening with the detractors speaking on your name? Oh, okay, that's a good question.
Yeah. I mean, so currently right now when I do my live streams, I used to I have 280,000 subscribers.
Okay. On YouTube.
On YouTube.
All right.
Yeah, haven't really lost anything. So I used to only have like maybe 500 to 700 live viewers, but now I maintain around 1,000 between 2,000 live viewers. Okay. So I would say I get more live viewers, but I do have a lot of people reporting the page. So that's taking me out of the algorithm.
Evil.
But as far as capitalizing, just YouTube itself is not my only source of income. YouTube is not my biggest platform. It's never been a platform where I made the most of my money from as far as content creation wise. Because I have businesses outside of even podcasting, but I have a Facebook with almost 1 million followers. So Facebook is a huge platform that I have, which it treats me well.
And we still have to talk about that because I'm not on Facebook at all.
Yeah.
And I tried to monetize, and I think they hate me, and they've been hating your boy for a while. But we need to talk about that at some point. But did you ever have a significant black female following, and has it changed with this being more of a focus?
It didn't change. Yeah, I always had, black women follow the podcast. I actually, the funny thing is, when all of this came out, I did a panel with 10 single moms. Well, actually, they all didn't show up. So it was like
to have that kind of energy.
It was like 5 single moms, right?
That's evil.
And during that stream, I'm just giving them game, giving them the truth about, asking them questions. What are they looking for? What do they want out of a man? And then also giving them game, giving the reality of things, of what they can expect in the dating market currently right now. And they appreciate, I love what you're doing, And
this was after
controversy. This was after all of the controversy. Okay. This was only about a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And, at the end of the podcast, they're thanking me like, this message was wonderful. You're not the guy who they said you are.
Did you have some brown skins on there, or was it all red
bones?
All
black girls.
Was it red bones or brown skins?
All brown skins.
Praise the Lord.
Yeah, all brown skins.
Okay, that's what's up. I be having to check, man, because sometimes the attitudes be a little different.
The light skinned ones they got a little different twang in their perspective.
A little different.
Their ego, I would say.
Hit me. May I acknowledge Moneybag Mont writes, my baby mama white to these bees. He said, my baby mama white to these bees do be mad. My boy be like, all praises. So much I know God be like, this nigga with it again, bro. I'm telling you, man, in a real way. Hit me. May I acknowledge, Jay writes, tuition. May I acknowledge Mr. Chambliss writes, David And mind you, he writes, David, could you get Marquett's Master Communicator course and practice the lessons? Bro, in a real way though, Banil, in terms of actual logic, you were sound. In terms of tactics, there's some tactics that some may call dirty, but it's about winning.
Yeah.
It's about, I don't care what the contest is, it's about winning.
Listen, man, Marquett, my guy. So we'll talk about that.
Yeah, it's about winning. And honestly, it got me mad watching, because if you were in Oxford Union, the crowd would have favored you because you're arguing among academicians. You're arguing among people who are very dry and pedantic, people who are civil.
And that was that's how I wanted to come off. It was two ways how I kind of looked at it. It was like, okay, I could just go at it, and I mean, I could beat him in jokes. I can beat him with ad hominems. I could beat him with, showing personality and things like that. I can win with that, but I'm like, he's just false in the things that he's saying, and his thinking is just wrong. I want to display the flaw in his thinking. So it was that. Then I was like jet lagged and all this other type of stuff. So I had the mean mug. Like, even my assistant hit me up like, bro, you good? I'm like, nigga, I got a headache and I can't hear right now. So I think my face was like this the whole time on the podcast, like just looking.
Yeah, man.
So the presentation was poor. So I'll give myself an L on that. But we win some, we lose some.
Well, I wouldn't say it's a loss. I just think.
I don't think it's
I wouldn't say it's
overall
a loss.
Yeah.
No, I think you won at one thing and he won at a different thing.
Yeah.
But you need to win at everything.
Yeah, you need to win at all.
You need to win at everything.
You need to fully demolish. Yeah.
Absolutely. Ain't no survivors. Hit me. Shout out to Millionaire Bachelor. He didn't meet the $15 minimum. So it says at the bottom $15 to read it. But if I recognize your name, then I'll read it below that. Shout out to All the Sauce writes, hey Saint, what size are your chains? You know what? I don't even know. And these chains are actually really special to me because these were made by Daniel John. He put together one of the saints who passed away. Young man passed away, cancer.
Wow.
Yeah, hardworking, honorable man. Yes, indeed. So I wear these in his honor, and I don't think we sell these anymore. But I might be able to check on that eventually for you. And just side note, like when my people make products, I buy them. I didn't look at the details, nothing. Like, oh, you made it? Yeah, give me that. I need that. Give me 2 of them. Yeah. Absolutely, as you should. And a lot of people don't understand that, if you putting on a podcast, I have to say, if I'm watching it and I respect you, you paid for lighting, studio lighting. You paid for expensive cameras. You got TVs all over the place. You got audio, video equipment. You got staff. I have to support the things I want to continue existing.
Yep. I
have to support the people I respect. And if you make a hoodie, even if I don't wear it, because truth be told, a lot of people make merch. That shit is not fire. You hear me? Like, it's not that mdblabel.com login boss up. It's not that. But I might buy it and then give it to someone else to support you and also to push your product out into the market further if we have that relationship. And I want to encourage everybody, show love to those who show love to you. You dig? Carrying on. May I acknowledge Mr. Chambliss? He writes, this ninja is only 23, doing pretty well. You know, yeah, I don't know. That caught me slipping. Okay, there he is with his last $5. Okay, go back to the other one. I want to honor the fact that he came in. Okay, I'm tripping. Okay, what does this guy say at the bottom? Okay, so he didn't come in at 15.
No,
okay, so
that's a different.
Yeah, when he comes in at 15, I thought it was the same guy adding another 5. Okay, you can take that off screen. When he comes in at 15, I'll address it. Fantastic. And shout out to the folks who really mess with this ism. You dig? Appreciate each and every one of you guys. Let me acknowledge the folks who came in via Venmo. Shout out to Emmanuel. I actually already did that. Nothing wrong with being doubly thankful. Oh, and he actually did come in twice. So respect, brethren. I acknowledge Charlie writes, peace to the saints, came in via Venmo. Appreciate you. Now I also acknowledge Uchenna supporting the work. He writes, peace to the saints. I've been very busy. Pleased to catch a live and support regardless how the guest tried to present it. We are living in a time where if you make any exception, you're promoting degeneracy. Females have the mindset of if there's a way, there's a will. Bro, you ain't lying. A female like, is it possible though? Is it man? And sadly, that's how their irrational minds will attach to whatever opportunity benefits them personally. That's crazy.
That's true. Sick out here. That's true. And if we could just rotate to my situation, they're like, well, how are you the exception, Cooley? I'm like, don't even focus on my life. It doesn't even matter. The general perspective, you shouldn't be focusing on the exception.
Right.
You know, do you have a kid? Do you have your kid full time?
But they also don't realize that they're not the exception. Like, let's say you are the exception, but they're not. It's like, okay, well, the woman you're with is actually attractive, whereas like you're mid. You're from the Midlands of Texas.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dylan supporting the work via PayPal. Writes, great game, saying absolutely. May I acknowledge Portia writes, support. May I also acknowledge Dominic writes, what will be a good age to introduce Boss University to your kids? Man, I'd probably say, and I'm always thinking about my sons first, if I'm being honest. I'd say I'd probably hit my sons with that as soon as they're literate. I'd probably say at the very latest 9 years old. And I'd want them to grow up on that because Boss University has things that are as basic as how to master your morning routine. There's some things that if you get really good at it, it pays you such a big payoff for minimal effort. If you can master the morning, which is to say to wake up on time, to know what you're going to do without having to think because you have a list and an order and start that day and maximize business hours. Because for me, when I'm a business guy in the EST time zone, I'm asking myself, where are my employees and how do I start before they start so I can set the agenda so they can make me more freaking money?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So how can I be super efficient? Boss University is one of the greatest pieces of education to actually become a boss.
And on that, right? Remember we were speaking about, you were like, man, if I wanted to, if I went back, I would make a different choice.
Right.
And I was like, man, I think you made the right choice. Because if you think about it, if you wouldn't have made that choice, would it even be a Boss University?
Here's the thing, though, Cooley. When you got a cat who's a hustler, he's going to win. But the question is, in what avenue did you win? And how rough was the going when you were on that road?
True.
And so that's all I'm thinking of in terms. And then also there's the piece of real skill. Because what we're dealing with, when I first started YouTube, I remember this like it was yesterday. I was in Erie, Pennsylvania, because I just opened an office there for my tech company. We had just done a deal with one business that has a lot of physical assets. So we were doing some tracking for their assets. And because we did a great deal with this particular business in Erie, there's a very profitable company called Erie Insurance.
Yeah.
Right? Fortune 500. And they said, hey, we've been looking for companies in this footprint, especially ones that are run by a black person. That'd be great for us because this is one of the poorest black populations in America in Erie, Pennsylvania. We'd love to put some serious money into what you guys are doing. We did another investment in a tech company last year. By the way, that other company, pre-revenue. They didn't even have any money. We're making money, you dig? And we weren't even raising around. So we were making money and we didn't need money. That's the perfect place to invest money.
Yeah.
So then we go through everything. We have all these meetings. And then this one guy comes up to me from Erie Insurance and he says, hey, I just want to let you know, I don't want you to be shocked, but they're not going to do the deal. Word? Because our numbers are, not only are they good, but they're way better than the last deal you did.
Yeah.
You'd be doing this. Why is that? He says, loose lips sink ships. Loose lips sink ships, which was referring to my YouTube content. We can't be associated with that. It doesn't matter how good the deal is.
Yeah.
And from there, I realized that there's certain things in business I can't do anymore. Just because there's so many psychotic people that are obsessed with their political views and they hate the truth. And so when I say that, let's say I stop with all entertainment-based businesses. There are some, like if I went back into software, it's a very liberal business.
For real, software.
What?
Wow.
Remember, where's Silicon Valley?
Yeah, true.
Where's Silicon Valley, right? It's very liberal. And so with certain businesses, you need a lot of capital. With my last business, it was software and hardware, and it's a very sophisticated technology stack. So I had to raise many millions of dollars just to make it work. If I were to, now I'm better now, so I don't need as much money because I have money and because I'm better at tech business. But if I ever want to do a high tech business, that's, AI, machine learning, cybersecurity, like high tech.
Yeah.
You're going to need a lot of money. And I wouldn't be able to have as much ease in raising that money because the investors are liberal. The industry is liberal. Like it's just so many things against. So I say that to say, if I would have went a different route, then I would have the kind of skills that no one can deny you. Like if I'd have spent all my time instead of on the business side of software.
I see you're connecting the dots where if you actually focused what you really want to do with your schooling, you would have had more proficiency in actually meeting those goals properly. It makes sense. Okay, cool.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, you know, as I said, if you're a hustler, you're gonna
figure it out. Yeah, you're gonna figure it out.
I don't know what an L is. You dig? All I know is winning. Hit me. May I acknowledge Hopeless West Side Records writes, millionaire bachelor's requesting the fade after he made you run from Las Vegas. That was crazy. He said made you run from Las Vegas for stealing. I've never, where's my close-up camera? Never in my entire life have I ever stolen anything. I have robbed a lot. I've robbed a lot of things. You can read in my book. Give me the big camera. You can read in my book, The Black Box. I've done a lot of robbing. I'm a very proficient robber, but never stealing. And the difference, for those of you who don't know, you never caught a case. The difference between stealing and robbing is stealing is behind your back. Robbing is face to face, which means that you got a chance to keep what you got if you're going to do what it takes, which is to say that's the kind of man the big homie is. I don't ever steal. I rob. You hear me? I rob. And you keep playing, I might rob you of your life, young boy. Put that back up. I ain't done with it. He writes, and so this is like an internet nobody. I think he might have even done a video on you.
He came on one of my live streams before, and you know, he
tried to like create a viral moment type ish.
Yeah, just making up nonsense.
Yeah, no, this guy's mentally ill. But anyways, millionaire bachelor. This is a guy who apparently is a millionaire but won't show his face.
Yeah, he's not a millionaire.
Not a millionaire and won't show his face. He's a coward. And he writes, after requesting the fade, like, mind you, in the whole history of Marquett Devon Burton, Marquett don't turn down fades. I runs fades in a real way. But I will tell you, if we're in a private place that's like, I think it's private enough, bro, you won't get no fade. You'll get something worse than that, and I bet my life on it. You'll never see your boy run ever in life, and you'll always see me do the worst. You boys be careful running up on the big homie. He writes, after he made you run from Vegas, that's insane. I want to see some footage. Tell these boys to show some footage. If you ever saw me run from a fade, turn down a fade, act soft, show me some footage. You ain't never in your life heard about that. And mind you, I done been through many hoods. Check my rap sheet, lil buddy. Anyways, he writes, for stealing $1,500, that's insane. I forget what he paid me. It wasn't $1,500. It was less than that.
Who?
Millionaire Bachelor.
He actually paid you.
Yeah, he paid me.
For
he
what?
Didn't pay you? He came on for the free. He finessed you. No, he finessed you.
Well, no, I do a live stream where every Wednesday where you can just click the link.
They trying to get no free clout on my side. No free clout on my side. They got to pay for that.
I give people free clout. Yeah, they got to pay to come on yours.
Yeah, in a real way.
You're good man.
It's all business.
I'm about to switch up my routine.
I might let the hoes pull up for free, but ain't no nigga coming on for free. No,
fair enough.
Absolutely not. But the funny thing is he had DM'd me and he was like, hey man, I'm a big fan. I love your stuff, man. Like, can I come on, man? I'll pay this much. And my sister's like, yeah, there's some dude. He has like no photo. You know, he says he'll pay this much. I was like, okay, for sure. I remember at the time, I think I was in Ho Chi Minh at the time. So I was like, yeah, for sure. We don't have anything major to do. I was just waiting for some suits to be finished. I was like, yeah, for sure. Set it up. Bro came on. He was super weird and awkward. I was like, whatever. And then after that, he made up a weird story and then tried to do a hit piece. It was the weirdest thing on earth. I was like,
he did the same thing on me. Like he joined my live stream for like maybe 3 minutes. And then he was just like, I don't even remember what he said. He was just making up stories. Oh, you're from Philly. I'll come to Philly and I'll fight you. I'm like,
that's crazy.
This guy's crazy. A female off the stream.
Yeah,
you wear a mask. That's what females do. Females put things on their face to cover up who they really are.
That's bonkers. But shout out to Brody trying. Now he's trying. You hear me? Shout out to bro trying.
Yeah, he's trying to make a name
hard
for
as
himself.
Hell. He is, man. And there's another way to make your name for yourself. You know, when rappers become the most famous,
when they really get out there and get busy.
Nah, that's after they get taken out. That's when they usually get the most famous. That's when they sell the most records.
That is true.
No, for real. Shout out to Pop Smoke for you end up like him. He writes, also, was the first call out Cooley for wifing up a single mother. Oh, he's proud of that. He's proud of reporting on news of other men. That's extraordinary. And one thing I want you guys all watching, if you're a woman watching, if you're a kid watching, if you're an adult watching, I want you to remember this. Real men, they take actions in this world. Real men, they create the news. It's the weaker among us. It's the unimportant among us that report on the news. I'd rather be the news. I'd rather be in the news than merely be the reporter of the news, which is to say, I'd rather be on the field of life as a player than be in the stands in the audience. You, my dear boy, you're a loser. And to say that, oh, I'm somebody because I talked about somebody. Right? I'm somebody.
I'm somebody because I talked about somebody.
That's crazy, right?
Man.
Yeah,
crazy.
No, in actual fact, you are a nobody. Shout out to Hopeless. Westside Records writes, on our way to Atlanta. What does it mean, our? Are these butt buddies?
I don't know. The Hopeless Westside, yeah.
That's cute. So. But honestly, I encourage you. To pull up on me. And let me tell everyone, for the record, I want everyone to know I have a ruptured Achilles tendon. I cannot run. I have a ruptured Achilles tendon. I cannot run. And also, I'm very scared for my life. I want everyone to know I'm scared for my life. If you approach me, you don't say peace to the saints. I am scared for my life, and I cannot run. I have a ruptured Achilles tendon. So let that be public. Let that be publicly known. Carrying on. Shout out to Ryder writes, folks coming at Cooley is much ado about nothing. He had a kid. She had two single parents. She had kids, two single parents. There's no conflict. That's one of the things I mentioned to you in a personal call. I said, because I didn't even know about your TikTok, to be honest with you. I didn't even know.
Yeah.
I said, and I learned about that through the hit pieces. You feel me? I learned about that through the hit pieces. I said they're exposing something that's already exposed. Exactly. That was kind of weird to me. I get when people say like, oh, you know, like this is not authentic. I get that.
Yeah.
But the exposure of things that are already exposed, I was like, and if you're the content creator, I understand because you're getting the ad rev on the views. So if I were one of those hit piece guys, run it up. Let's run it up.
Yeah, run it up. Keep doing content.
But I'm shocked that the audience is buying it.
It's the audience. My audience isn't buying it. Like I lost no subscribers. People still, it's the same type of forum that I'm doing. If anything, I'm just suppressed in the algorithm because of the, my page being reported. But yeah, man, it's like, nothing was exposed. My life was already out there. So yeah, man, it's just people hating, man. It's what it is.
That's nothing new, man.
Yeah.
But I tell you guys what.
Fully unfazed over here. Fully.
Look, I can never be exposed because I've already said I'm the saint and the sinner. There's nothing I could do that should shock you. You hear me? Like I had already told you, read my book, The Black Box. Your boy was a robber. Your boy did it all. You dig? So like, don't ever be surprised. Don't ever be surprised. Expect the unexpected. And if I end up with a single mom, it was an accident. And I am probably running off on the plug. Hit me. Shout out to King Florio writes, these haters run in their mouths, but they don't have the courage to pay a mere $15 and simply talk. Oh, yeah, absolutely. No, of course they don't. And it's consistently the case. Shout out to Levon. And I'll let the ladies come on. I love to see a little big lip thing. You hear me? I'm trying to get my portfolio up for real. Shout out to Levon writes, new to the channel, the ism is real. Peace of saints, man. The ism saves lives. The ism saves lives. Now, the funny thing is that ball and he know damn well that not one person believe he didn't ask me for the fade. As cocky as I am, I can't turn down fades. You hear me? Like I can't turn down fades.
That's the same thing here, man. It was a situation. I think you were alluding to it before. I had debated the guy called Mr. Let Go.
Okay.
Debated him live stream, and it was a regular debate. And
it was in person.
It wasn't in person.
Okay, it was remote.
It was remote. Yeah. And I was new to debates then.
Okay.
Because I just started, doing debates. I'm like, why not? Let's just test my, thinking ability. So let me just start doing it. It's really doing it for sport. So, he wanted to debate. We did a debate, and he's talking real crazy, real reckless on live stream, cutting me off and stuff. And I'm like, yo, man, you know the rules of the podcast. Why you keep cutting me off? And then he's like, bro, you're a B, you're this and this. I'm like,
word. It's exciting.
I said, okay, man, I'm not the one to scream and to call anyone anything
all
online.
Praises due.
I may make some ad hominem attacks, but, being funny, that's about it.
All praises due.
And I'm like, listen, man, I don't think you're masculine enough to say the things that you're saying right now on screen to my face. Fast forward 11 months later, I do tonight's podcast, tonight's conversation podcast. Happened to randomly see him there. Once he walks through the door, I was like walking downstairs to go do my scene because I did about 8 episodes there.
8 episodes?
About 8 episodes.
That's a lot of episodes.
And they didn't even tell me I was doing that much. I said, God dang, y'all niggas put me to work. And they only released 2. But anyways, I'm like walking downstairs and I see this little guy come in. And I'm like, oh, what a coincidence.
Yeah.
Walk up to him. I'm like, yo, we exchanged some words online. You want to go ahead and catch this fade outside now, or you want to just piece it up?
Let's get it out the way.
Yeah, let's get out the way. Yeah. He's like, wait, what you mean, man? I'm like, listen, you said some disrespectful things to me online.
Yeah.
And that's cool. We could piece it up if you want to, but we can also catch this fade right now outside.
Expeditiously.
Like, actually be a man of your word. He was like, man, that's all love. He got super friendly. It's all love, man. I don't take none of that internet stuff seriously.
Wow.
Piece me up. And then he goes and he goes on other people's podcasts and makes up lies. Like, oh, well, he never denies the fact that I approached him and I said, hey, you want to catch the fade? He never lies about that. But what he does lie about, I had a bag in my hand. I had on $1,200 shoes. He makes up all the excuses not to catch the fade. Yo, these are the type of people if you were born in a hood or any type of projects, you know these dudes is soft.
Right.
Like when they got to make up excuses not to catch, I don't care what I'm doing.
That's right.
If a dude approach me, you getting smoked just like that. Yeah. So it's like, bruh, like really be a man of your word. You said that you would speak to me the same way you were speaking to me online. Mm-hmm. I approached you and you changed your entire perspective about life when I approached you.
Man, became a born again Christian.
Entire perspective.
I've just come back to the church.
And then he'll
the
do
Lord
his
is my shepherd
podcast and talk greasy. So it's like, bro, he's like one of those guys, even if you beat him up, you know, like one of those people, I beat up people before, but they still like, you beat them up, give them a good beat down and they'll go home. And then the next day they're still like, you know, oh,
I
well,
never had none of those.
I'm like, God dang, just take the L. You got trashed, bloody nose, black eye, just take it.
Nah, all of mines, I ain't never had no, they were repentant. They were repentant every last in a real way, man. They was a whole new, brand new man.
I had some of those too, but you always get,
man, you be a brand new man.
It'd be one of those where it's like you fight the white boys.
Yeah.
The white boys, they'll bang their head on something before they fight you. What, you want to fight? Let's go.
Yo, I saw one YouTube clip. I don't know if you saw it, bro. Two white dudes, one white guy walks up like, yeah, you want it? Like hits his head on like a car door or something, like a car mirror, and then he hits his head on the car mirror, and then the other guy looks at him, just bangs him straight to sleep. Straight to sleep. I was like, bro, that whole crazy act didn't work.
It ain't even that.
It didn't work. Hit me. May I acknowledge Pharrell. Shout out to Pharrell supporting the work. Appreciate you. Fantastic. Yeah, man, these folks are hilarious, man. You gotta love them, though. It's really a blessing.
People funny, man. And I'm freshly new to it as far as like, you know, YouTube space and stuff like that, man. I live a real life. My entire life has been real. Nothing has been fake.
There's another claim that I heard, and now mind you, I haven't researched any of this because I ain't got time like that.
Yeah,
I just watched the hit pieces. I laugh my butt off, and you know, if I have time and it's interesting, I might, hey, bro, you did X, Y, and Z, or like, bro, they flaming you, man. But there was one. They said your brother wanted to fade you on stream.
Yeah, that ain't true.
Okay.
So I even got the full, and I already did an expose.
You got to have like background cameras on the background now, bro. You got to have like secret camera recording everything.
I actually do. Yeah. So I even have the footage, and shout out to Hef, man. He in prison right now, but
your brother.
Yeah, my brother.
That allegedly wanted to fade. Okay.
Yeah, so I'll explain this briefly. So I did a podcast.
You didn't put him in prison, right?
No.
I was like, this snitching ass nigga got to go. You can't be snitching. This is a no snitching podcast. I'd have to end the whole thing. Like, Lil Woody, you get your ass up out of here, boy. All right.
So I'll explain a little bit. It's something about I know you don't want to say the name because of the YouTube channel, but it's something about my last name. It rings a lot. So I was born and raised in Rawway Projects. Okay. Born and raised, my brother, double OG, really about that life.
He said, you heard of an OG, right?
Double OG.
This would be a double OG. Okay, carry on.
So with all of that.
And he has the same last name, you're saying? Same surname.
Same last name, same mother and father and all of that. But anyways, and I have 3 brothers, all older. I'm the youngest one. So me and all my brothers, we have a beautiful relationship. I mean, we'll go back and forth and trash talk one another, but we never put hands on one another at all. It just doesn't happen. But the thing is, I've been out with my brother. So my brother did a stretch of about 10 years in prison.
That's serious time.
Serious time. He caught a body.
Yeah. That's a serious crime.
Yeah, he caught a body.
Serious time and a serious crime. Now, it's funny because I hear that just for slapping abroad, you would get 44 years and a 15-year deal plea. You get 44 years and a 15-year deal
from
plea.
homie, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But anyways, yeah, man, my brother really about that life. But anyways, after he did that long stretch, I remember I was about 20, He went in when he was about maybe 17, 18, but I was about 26 at this time, and he was, older when he got out the first time. And I'm taking him out now. Instagram and social media and all of these type of things are new to him. He never experienced this. And so we're out, and if me and him has an issue, he'll just knock out somebody. Like he'll take his frustration out on another person. Okay. So we'll be in the club, bro. You can't be doing that, man. Because I'm like almost like big bro because he's been in time for so long. Right. So I'm like showing him the ropes of how life is. Time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, yo, chill out, man. You can't be doing that, man. You're gonna cause some issues. What nigga? This and this. Who this nigga? He'll just steal somebody, knock somebody else out. Right. So this is how my brother operates. They don't know my brother. They don't know Hef. They don't know my brother. My brother really gets busy. So then I do a podcast. Yeah. I do a girl show. And I'm like, yo, pull up. So 26 years old, he goes back into prison, does another stretch of like 5 years. Okay. So then I do a girl show.
Bro got half his life. Bro got half his life.
Yeah, man, it's a sad thing, but it is. I love my brother. But he goes back in, he gets out. So now I'm doing a podcast or whatever. I bring him around. It's a ladies show. And I have one of my boys there.
What ethnicity are you guys? Because your last name is strange.
So we're black, but like FBAs.
Why did bro say it like that? So we're
foundational Black Americans. We're black, but my father.
We're the blacks. We're happy and we're singing and we're colored. Give me a high five.
But
go ahead, bro.
My father is he's Native American.
Okay,
but like.
You and all the black girls I know got some Native American in you. Every black girl I know. Yeah, I got some Native American. Look at my baby hairs. I got some Native American.
Not to the point where my pops, like they even get a check. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Like, yeah. He got that percentage. He make that cutoff.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
So with that being said, to get to the point that I was making, prior to me doing that podcast where someone said that my brother was about to fight me, I did another podcast. First time I bring my brother on, and I have friends that was there that I've known for a long time, but my brother didn't know these friends. Okay. He only knows about two of my friends, the guys that I grew up with. My one friend walks in. He doesn't like the way he walks. So he literally punks him and kicks him out the studio. I'm like, Hef, that's my homie. Leave him in the studio. He has to stay.
Right.
So he was always causing some conflict. It's just what it is. He's that type of individual. Love him to death, though. So then fast forward, we do another podcast, and I have no one there to work the switchboard because my assistant, it gets like that. Yeah. So I'm like, yo, Dan, I got to make this call. Hef, bro, I need you, bro. You need to work the switchboard. He comes, he works the switchboard. And then the guy that I debate, he brings his brother too. So it's my brother versus these two other brothers.
Wait, he brings two of his brothers?
No, the guy that comes, he brings one of his brothers.
Okay.
So it's 4 people in a studio.
Got it.
And I'm debating this one individual. Yeah. Right? So I tell my brother, don't, bro, just stay on the switchboard. Don't go back there and wow out. Yeah. So that happens or whatever, and we're having a debate, and the conversation is about some transgender type stuff. And my brother is like, this homosexuality stuff, like, I don't play none of this. Like, I don't want to hear this. Yeah. Like, move the topic, bro. Yeah. Like, he getting mad back there. So then I'm like, he about to probably beat this guy's brother up because I know how he acts. But they don't know how my brother is. When he snaps, he's knocking the closest person out near him. It won't be his family at all, right? So then I tell my brother to chill, and my brother comes in like walks up like, bro, I ain't chilling, nothing, this and this and this. But he's not mad at me. He's just mad at the conversation. And I'm like, yo, chill out, man. This is bigger than you. Let us have this conversation. He walks up in front of the camera. But while he's walking, like his thing's there. So the camera, the screen that I see, he like hits something. So it moves. So it goes black. So I get up, walk right past him, and then I switch the camera where it's good.
So you're saying like he hit a camera.
He hit something. The input, he hit a cord. The input from it took down a screen that I watch. It didn't take down a live stream. It took down a screen that I watched. Yeah, the display. So then I get up like, come on, bro, what are you doing? Then he wilding back there. So then he's like saying things. I'm like, Hef, calm down, nigga. Chill. You're not going to do nothing. Yeah. Relax. You want to go out here and talk like brothers do? Talk like a man. He's like, nah, I want to do no talking. I want to kill. I kill everybody. He going crazy, right? I'm like, oh, Hef is on one of his rages again. So then I'm like,
I want to kill.
I want to kill. So then I'm like, okay, it's not getting safe for these two niggas in here.
All right.
So then I'm like, bro, chill, man, chill. So then he finally chills. And he's like, I'll kill your whole family. So they take this one thing, they clip it, and says that even your own brother said that he'll kill your whole family. Okay. He is my family. Right. He said on there, I'll kill your mother. Nigga, we got the same mother. Yeah. So they're making up lies to try to say like he was talking to me. Meanwhile, he was speaking to the other two gentlemen that was there. So then that happens, and then the guy lost the debate, so he got butthurt, and he tried to, put this content up to make it seem like, he was about to fight his own brother. It's like, no, bro, you were about to get beat up by my brother. And I actually saved your life by calming him down because he would have thrashed you. So that's the truth of the matter.
Fair enough.
That's the backstory.
Fair enough. Hit me. And we saw someone in the super chat right before or in the regular chat, right before you put that up, put up the super chat. If you have an objection to that, go ahead, send it in via super chat. If you're female, we'll let you come on as long as you put your camera on and you can object it. I wasn't there, obviously. I'm just hearing about this. Shout out to Luis. He writes, women like us to know what they're thinking at all times, but not disclosing this knowledge. Is this true? What do you think?
Yeah, I would say that women, they like mystery in a man. They like a man to be mysterious, and they want you to understand them as well, which is very weird. So they want a man to just get it. I think that's why you mean what you mean by that. So like, for example, if someone walks up to your woman and slaps her butt, she just automatically expects you to like just protect her and like react automatically to like know that, hey, this is wrong. So when it comes to that, women, want you to know information about them without actually, women like us to know what they are thinking all the time, at all times, but not disclosing the knowledge, this knowledge. That's just true, man. They want to live in a Disney fairy tale. And what I think it streams from is they want a superior, they want a leader. So from their standpoint, it's like, well, I want a man that I could follow his lead. I want a superior, so he must know everything about me because obviously I'm following his lead. So I think it actually peels back to their nature too, of like how they just yearn for a leader. So yeah.
Fair enough. And the quick 2 cents I'll put in on that one is, number one, women say a lot of things. Not a lot of those things are true. So sometimes they might want you to know how they feel or what they're thinking, but remember that you're a leader, and sometimes irrespective of what they're thinking or how they feel, you need to lead them to a particular emotion, lead them to a particular behavior, lead them to compliance, and they might display some unruly behavior while wanting you to put them in control. They're crooked animals in as much as they're not linear and straightforward, and the only female that you should really engage in this with is a female that you intend to have a long-term relationship with. If it's a one-hitter quitter or it's a side piece and she's already favoring you, you don't need to figure out what she's thinking and what's on her mind, man. Go ahead, beat it down. You heard me, just beat it like Mike Jack said, and then go ahead and tell her to skate. If it's a main piece, there's still levels to things. You want your main piece to be a little bit more rational than most women, and that makes her easier to deal with. Shout out to is dead. He writes, Yada said if his wife leaves, she deserves more than half, but Goofy forgot about the other wife. Do they both get half? Peace to the Saints. I'm trying to get in the convo as a growing content creator. How do I book it? Trying to get in the convo. If you're referring to booking me for a conversation, you can do that at Cozy Cow. If you just type in Cozy Cow, the Assassin into Google, or you go to thesassin.com, THESASN.com. You can book my time, and apparently you have a regular debate where people can come up and catch a little bit of free clout.
I may have to start acting like you and have them pay.
Shit. Yeah,
I may have to, man. I may have to.
Yes,
but yeah, I do debate nights every Wednesday. So if you want to come on and get some smoke, anybody,
debate
you're welcome.
Night every Wednesday. There it is. There it is. And thank you for supporting the work. I acknowledge Jax is back. He writes, shout out Nipsey Hussle. He got way more popping after he got bodied too. He's probably a better fit for your analogy. Fair. Okay. Pop Smoke was already a major star before passing away. Nipsey wasn't actually that big yet. It's hard to say if you're from LA, right? Because things are bigger to us that are closer. So maybe he became bigger to the people outside of Los Angeles. But in either case, I mean, nobody wants to become famous from a bullet in the head. You dig? So everybody watch their mouth. Shout out to Mr. Chambliss. He writes, I'm willing to bet all my thousands in new stock earnings that those two Canadian comedians, Abba and Preach, will not include footage from this today. Neither will Araco TV. Fair enough. Fair enough. And that boy Abba's an evil genius, man. That boy's an evil genius.
I actually don't think it's genius. I think it's very simple. When you're creating content, anytime you're reacting to something where you really don't have to use your mindset, you just view other people's life and you say, well, let me sit back and critique other people's life. So like the person that made the movie versus, what is it called?
Critic.
The critic, IMDb. Sure. They always have their stats and stuff like that. Yeah. Their reviews. Rotten Tomatoes.
Yes.
So it's like, is Rotten Tomatoes as great as, the people that created the movie?
Fair.
No, not at all. So I think it's very simple-minded of the people that can make reactions to things, put some little funny jokes in between it. That's cool, but it doesn't take, it's not that complex to do. Yeah.
Shout out to Jay. He writes, David, when you were doing your debate with that Mr. Take Himself Out, you missed a perfect comeback when he said, quote, a real man doesn't need a cheerleader, my brother. All praises due. Quote, yet that man got saved by a woman and was about to have scissors to his neck. Bro, that was insane. Jax writes, this question is for David. Why are black women the only group of women people are not allowed to say they're not attracted to?
Why are black people the only group of women people are allowed to say that they're not attracted to? I don't think that's true. Fresh
and Fit definitely said they weren't attracted.
I mean, if we being honest, it's like Asians, all them niggas look alike.
Oh gosh! God. We caught up there.
God dang! It's wow. If we being honest, everybody at the cookout, like think about it. You got Stacey Dash, very attractive. You got all of these models. Halle Berry, super attractive.
I don't sign off on any forms of racism.
Listen, the most attractive women, when we go back to history, it was like they were all black. Like when we look at it.
Oh, you're saying like historically?
Like historically.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I don't think that's true.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Shout out to Philip, supporting the work, comes in via Venmo. He writes, I just finished your book, The Black Box. Amazing work. Stay blessed, brother. I appreciate you. And that's also a double baller alert as well, in case I didn't say it. I also acknowledge Andre comes in via Venmo. He writes, I find it curious that haters will talk crazy like they're really like that. Let it be known that we have members all around the globe. Do you understand what I'm saying, Commander? Sassing or nothing in a real way, bro. And listen to me, man. We don't know what the boss face looked like, but he might not be aware, but we actually have his name and we've been letting him breathe.
Talking about Million.
That guy. Yeah, we have his name.
I thought
his legal name.
I think I know what his face looked like.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. We'll talk after this.
Yeah, indeed. Let's have a conversation. Let us have a conversation. Fantastic. I'm all caught up here. You caught up there? Epstein writes, the white baby mama strips at the black club and Cooley fell in love with a stripper. She riding, she rolling. Was she a dancer? Hey, bro.
They just make up stuff.
That is kind of wild, though.
That's super, super wild.
We have to recalibrate because I'm used to taking people at their word because I tell the truth.
Yeah. They just make up stuff. They're like $1 Million Bachelor, man. He just makes up lies.
Don't even say his name again because bro, he about to clip everything. They said my name.
Fair enough.
Bro about to clip everything. That's insane. But speaking of your old lady, apparently a former dancer.
That's OD, yo.
That's bonkers.
Not at all.
Speaking of Shorty.
Yeah.
Now, I've not gone through your TikTok. I've only seen the clips reposted in the hit pieces. And in one of them, it showed a number of clips. I was like, wow, these folks really do their due diligence. They didn't went through the whole thing with a fine-tooth comb.
Yeah.
Now, I trust that they picked out the clips that are most advantageous to make their point.
Narrative.
Of course, absolutely. Yep. Now, there was definitely times where they were showing the wagon, and the wagon was being recorded on purpose. What is your stance on that? Because I've also seen clips that they play where you say, like, you know, don't thirst trap.
Yeah.
Keep her covered up. And just for the audience, I will say there have been times I've been looking at, you know, one of my old ladies, and I'm like, Lord Jesus, just thick as all get out. You hear me? Monstrously thick, just like you about to think you about to put in work and you about to go straight out. I'm talking thick.
Yeah.
And I'll be damn near tempted, like, man, they ain't gonna believe this right here. But I'm like, no, Quet, just hold it in, man. Just hold it in. It's not for the people, man. Before you started showing the cakes, was there ever any reservation? And at what point did you say, cake for everybody, you want a piece, cake for everybody?
Yeah, so let me go ahead and explain the TikTok because most people on the outside looking in, they don't understand it. They don't understand business. They just don't understand how everything got started. Yeah. So first started doing a TikTok or whatever, and a few videos popped off of me and her just doing funny stuff. Okay. And they all only react to the videos that is like, you know, whatever it is though. But, you know, first we started doing funny stuff, and then we got a whole lot of sponsorships that hit me up. And I'm like, okay, you want it's all brands of clothes. Okay. All brands of clothes.
Men's and women's, or just
men's and women's. Okay. So I was, you know, sponsored, you know, back in, you know, early 2000, 2021, 2022. Okay. Doing big name sponsors for Nike, for Fashion Nova, for all of these different type of brands that I was doing that she was doing too, meaning that we would make funny videos but we would wear the clothes and stuff like that. So we're both showing off the clothes, jewelry, all types of stuff. Sure. So that's what it would be. And then, you know, that's where it started from. So what she's wearing in there is what the contracts that I seemed worthy, and I picked out the outfits and I said, okay, I approve of this. We're going to do this sponsorship. We're going to get this money. I'm going to wear this for me. You're going to wear that for you. So it's I have 100% full control over what's being seen and what I want and how I want her to be presented online. With that being said, when we're speaking about women presenting themselves online, I come from the standpoint, and I said on my podcast many times, I think I've been posted some clip, but it was out of context. Single women that's in the dating market trying to court and find a serious relationship, if you're posting thirst traps and promiscuous pictures, it's going to be a high probability that those guys are just going to look at you as recreational use only. They're going to look at you for a short time, not a long time, because you are single. A woman that has a man, and she's getting direction and guidance from the man. So my woman is getting all of this from me. So whatever I deem to be fit for the situation, as far as the TikTok creation, as far as the sponsorships and stuff like that, any deals that I coordinate, you know, okay, cool, I approve of this. That's fine. So yeah, it was all under my guidance and what I approved of.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Yep. There you have it. Now, me personally, I like mine like shadows. You dig? I like my old lady to be like a shadow, which is to say never out at night. And when she is out during the day, she's behind me. You dig?
So the funny thing about that is when that was all new to me, like even going viral, like the first video, it was like, and mind you.
You're saying on TikTok?
On TikTok. Okay. Mind you, I was already financially well off prior to even going viral on TikTok, right? Meaning that not well off, but I mean, I had at least 100,000 in the bank account. You know what I'm saying? So I was good. But I'm like, okay, like all of these sponsorships hitting us up, and they want us to wear their product. This could be a good opportunity where we can still make some extra cash. And I got other crazy things hit me up. I denied all the drugs. I denied all the
all the drugs.
All the drugs as far as the companies. The weed companies wanted me to promote their product, the alcoholic beverages. People asking big companies say, hey, you should start an OnlyFans. You don't have to do anything. All your woman has to do, I'm talking millions of dollars offering, because we're big at this, at this time.
Oh yeah, because you do have a decent, a great size TikTok.
Great size TikTok, but not only that, just the image of us is like, okay, handsome black guy, white woman, thick, da-da-da-da. This could work out. Black stock, who knows?
Yeah,
but so I got all of these hit ups and I denied all of them. So the most degenerate stuff I denied. I'm like, you know what? Regular clothes that my lady already wears that I allow her to wear, I'm going to approve of this. We're going to get these dollars from it, and that's what I'm gonna push forward, because she's already wearing, certain type of things like this anyway. If we go out to a function or stuff like that, so yeah.
So do you believe that the current criticisms of your woman's online presence are reasonable or unreasonable?
I would say that the only why they're criticizing it is because they think that, well, it's contradictory to what you preach. You tell these women, these single women, to not be promiscuous and don't post thirst traps. But then they say your girl posts things. No, she doesn't post anything. It's what I allow to be posted. I actually am posting products, things that's actually business, like real big companies and products that's hitting us up, where I'm promoting gear, she's promoting gear, but we're doing a funny video. So
was she on social media in this way before you?
Not at all, man. Not at all. No TikTok, no nothing. Had an Instagram account, very modest, just pictures of her and her kids. So very, very chill. Yeah.
Hit me. May I acknowledge?
And good question too, because I think the audience needed that clarification, because I probably forgot.
Yeah, appreciate it. Barbara Walters out here, man. You heard me? I'm Charlie Rose in this month. None of the above 101 writes, my favorite verbal threat toward the saint was when this fat Muppet hinted at kidnapping on that was crazy. Kidnapping on camera, amateur hour. I think he was also a Christian. Amen, I guess. Yeah, that was wild, man. People say the most insane things. And you know the funny thing is, as arrogant as I actually am, which is it's a real life thing, and I've been that way my whole life. You ask anybody, I never had an issue in real life with anybody being like, oh, I don't like how you talk, and like, let's see about
here,
that.
bro.
Like never.
I've never had one issue with someone in person.
Yeah, I'm not saying I haven't had an issue. I'm saying because of
like how you present
how
yourself.
I am. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, same here. Yeah.
Now, like over a little bitty bit, you dig. It had two issues, but those were with real gangsters. People with rap sheets, not nerds.
Yeah.
You dig. You're a super player like me, man. A bitch always gonna factor into something. You heard me? It's too many of them. They always gonna factor in. Hit me. May I acknowledge? A1 writes, question for David. Have you ever done reaction content or only interviews and debates?
Interviews and debates. I've done interviews, debates, and girls panels. And then on my debate channel, sometimes my chat would send me in funny stuff to react to get my perspective, and that's what I would do. But that's just been recent. I did about 2 of those. That's about it, yeah.
Fair enough. Epstein writes, David is a simp and only impresses incels. I think he's weak. And to be chasing a white girl, he is not like, bro is really, and bro light skinned too. Either that or he didn't turn to the damn, he didn't turn
the
to
contrast.
Yeah.
Turn
like,
up the
bro,
contrast.
The light skinned cats be real militant, man, in a real way. Okay. Thank you for sharing that. Bro said, keep the snow away. Jax writes, black women statistically have the lowest approval rating on dating apps, which is completely superficial. I honestly can't think of one person who spoke against black women and didn't have to go through backlash. Why is that? I couldn't even tell you why. I don't even invest much into that question. I couldn't even tell you, but I agree. I think that they're very loud and pretend to be victims a lot.
Yeah. That's what I would say too.
Yeah. Shout out to Throwaway writes, he doing a lot of splaining, Quet. Man, hit me with 2 emojis after that. Y'all caught up there? Fantastic. It is wild though. Like none of these, I know there got to be some angry single mothers and they will not show
Bring
up.
them on up.
Shout out to Heels In supporting the work. I don't know where these angry single mothers are at when you need them. Because I tell you what, I was in that chat when you were debating. All praises due. All praises due. I've been fasting for 89 days. When you were debating,
a lot
bro,
of days keep going up. First you said 34,
yeah, absolutely.
44.
Because it's a lie, nigga. That's why. Because it's a lie. But when you were debating, bro, there were a lot of single mothers in that chat that were very angry and hateful, which to me is always fascinating to see the female who's supposed to be the caretaker, the one that gives the love,
loving one.
So hateful.
Yeah.
So hateful. And it's extraordinary. Every now and then I'll see them in my comments and they'll say something like shut your mouth. And I was just thinking like, I'm not one of them other than I'll slap you dead in your face in real life.
Hey,
I actually caught a case for that when I was 16.
Oh, homie was a real villain young.
Bro, bro, listen to me, man. Like you wouldn't even believe. Like I was I was not a nice person. Like you wouldn't believe. Yeah. Dead in her face, bro. Dead in her face. Hard too. Like, you know, one of them like turn your body around once. Shout out to Lady T. He writes, y'all is bragging about being black, but your sons won't. Is that a typo? Let me just try that one more time. Y'all is bragging about being black, but your sons will be able to say the same thing. I think she meant won't be able to say the same thing. That's a typo. It's a pity. Y'all busy with Caucasian women, and she misspelled Caucasian. What country you think Shorty from?
Bruh.
I don't know what country baby girl
she
from.
probably know what city she from.
That's insane. She from Mississippi or something. This is Mississippi. It's a Bama girl. Lady T, I want to invite you on. I'd love to hear from you. And number one, I'm if you want to have my babies, definitely come on with your camera on. Lady T, put in the chat if you'd like to come on. I'm willing to hear you out. All you got to do is turn on your camera. And, maybe you could get some of this high quality candy muscle. I don't mind putting some seed in some black earth. You dig? That's just me. I don't know are you allowed to? I can still do it.
He said,
I can do it for it. Can you get that done?
Listen, man, allowed is not I do whatever I want as a man.
Okay, yeah, man. I can get it done, shorty. So come on with your camera on, baby. We can talk about it. You dig? And that's what I say to all of the black females who come on with this insane attitude. It's like, you don't date black women. Like, well, join my family. We got an open invitation. If you can come in and serve a boss, absolutely. We always, in any of my business and in my family, if you can come on and add value, you can increase profitability. Why wouldn't we want you?
Fair enough.
You feel me?
Yeah.
But don't be running that yap. You dig? Don't just be talking for no reason. Talk to me when you're about something, little bitty bitch. Carrying on. Fantastic. Shorty's spelling skills are terrible. Like the thing that messes me up is that I expect women to be better than certain things than I am. Like, for example, when I was in high school, I wasn't even showing up half the time. You feel me? Like,
that's a fact.
But I still expected my old lady to be getting good grades. You feel me? Like, I wasn't there because I was grinding. What were you doing? Like, how do you not have good grades? Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't show up because I was up to 3 a.m. You heard me? Like, I was in Tijuana, Mexico last night. What were you doing? Like, the fact that Shorty can't write in clear English, to me, is just utterly despicable. And I wouldn't want a dumb broad raising my kids. Have my kids speaking Ebonics unnecessarily.
Yeah, women are naturally supposed to be better in things like, language arts and spelling and stuff like that. Think. Grammar. Yeah, they're supposed to be better in men. We're supposed to be better in math because we're more analytical thinkers. So, yeah, if she can't spell good, it's not a good look. Yeah,
she talking like she was raised eating neck bones and just swallow the bone. You heard me? Like, she swallow the bone type shit. She be eating bananas and swallow the peel. The chick is a savage, man. Hit me. Shout out to Red Talk Anna writes, keep teaching, saying absolutely. And I want to let everybody know, like, this ism is for all of mankind. This is not like Judaism where it's like only your blood through your mother. Like, nah, it's for all of mankind. And I really don't believe in racism at all, which is not to say I don't have pride in my race. I think everyone should have pride in who they are and respect for who they are. But the hatred is what sends me over the edge. It's the hatred, because what I find that is, as a happy, successful person, you don't even experience that. You know what I'm saying? Like even like the nerd that's trying to get his YouTube channel cracking and he keep like trying to spread negativity. Yeah. It's like, Brody, you've been planning that and like, I'm going to say this, I'm going to do this. And then you're clipping stuff and it's just all negativity. I could tell that you don't know how to glide. You know, you never had favor in this world, man. It's like, listen, little buddy, man, I was always favored. Always top of the food chain. I don't have to hate nobody, man. Yeah, and I walk around with a smile on my face, a pocket full of money, man. Like, what are we talking about, bro?
Yo, man, that's facts. It's funny because what I realize is that people have this victim mindset. What's funny is I used to even suffer from the victim mindset. Quick question for you, quick all yes or no. Yeah. Did you ever at any point in your life, ever suffer from the victim mindset?
Not necessarily on an individual basis because of the way I was raised, but more so on a collective basis. So I used to be I used to be very pro-black.
Same.
I want to know black history, black accomplishments. And part of it was really because I looked around and everyone seemed like dumb. And so when I would hear all these different racial theories, black people are low IQ, I would like try to fight against it because I identified more as a part of a group than as an individual.
Yeah.
Because when you're young, you don't really have a personality. You don't really have your own ideas. And as you evolve, you earn more, you learn more, you realize like it's a big world, we're individuals, and we may share some things. But in the case of most black Americans, we don't even share values. Like I'm very conservative. Legitimately so, and I don't drink alcohol. I don't do drugs, no caffeine. I won't let a broad act up. You heard me? Like we different.
Yeah.
And if people are on those values, I mess with you.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I embody the same thing. But I just wanted to know, like, if you ever experienced the victim mindset, because I totally came out of that. And I think that a lot of people in the chat that's saying these racial slurs,
they slur it out here, man. They slur
They still experience this victimhood. Like they haven't really, taken on their own identities. They still thinking like how you said, it's more like group identity. So, yeah, man, it's a sad thing. I actually remember the moment when I came out of the victim mindset.
Oh, no kidding. There's a moment.
I'll explain it. There's a moment, yeah. So having the victim mindset, I always felt like I had a chip on my shoulder.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'll tell a story. I stole one time.
You stole?
Stole one time.
You should have been robbing.
I stole one time.
Okay, all right.
Stole one time. And when I stole, prior to stealing, I'm like, I got my first income tax check.
Okay.
Right? Had my daughter at the time, very young. So I got that,
Dang, you was a father stealing.
Yeah, I got that.
That's a level, bro.
I got that.
That's crazy.
No, actually, no, this was prior to her.
Okay.
Was it prior to her? No, it was around when she was there. So it's maybe 23 years old.
Okay.
But anyways, I got this check and I'm like, oh, yeah, I got $3,000, most money I've ever seen.
All right.
Man, I'm about to go in here. I ain't finna, you know what I mean? I don't want to spend my own money. I want to just take something, right? Okay. So I went ahead and took something. And I'm like, bad things happened after that. Ended up, it wasn't really much. Set in like a little cell for like a moment of time. Then got
you
right
actually
out.
got caught.
Right. It was man. Let me go through the story because it's funny. Man, I'm gonna give you. This gonna be the Soulja Boy story.
Exclusive, right?
Let me
here,
go ahead
man.
and give you. I talked about this on my podcast, but let me go ahead and give y'all the Soulja Boy story.
Bro, I'm running with it. You ain't got to tell the truth on YouTube. This is the exclusive right here. Go ahead. This is the exclusive.
He said, you ain't got to tell the truth.
Nah, not on YouTube.
So listen,
you
man,
lie.
I go ahead and thieve out of Walmart.
Okay. Not the Walmart. That was crazy.
Yes, Walmart. Went ahead and thieved out of there. But not even full thief. The package was already open. You know when you go into Walmart, the package is open. You see some product in there. It's like, it's already open. It's no more of this product. I'm just taking this. They don't need it. So that's what it was, right? A young boy mindset. And when I go ahead and take this product, and I'm walking out, and I get stopped, and they're like, "Hey, run your pockets," and I'm like, okay, it's one of these. You got to come back to the office with us. I'm like, I ain't going back nowhere. Do y'all know I ran track before? Fast, I got gold medals and all of that. I threw the merchandise, gave it, hey, here, man, take this. Pew, then skated off, booking it. Through Walmart, go through the last entrance, and then I'm running. So you know how Walmart always has those cops out there in the parking lot, right? Then the cops go ahead and chase me. So they're chasing me in the car, and it's snowing at this time. It's probably around January, December around this time. And they see my foot tracks, so they can catch me. Mind you, I should have been like running and moving the footprints around and stuff, but I wasn't that smart back then. So they surround me, and I'm like hiding, but they didn't know where I was. But I'm hiding between these two apartment buildings, and I'm like underneath a car at this time. So I'm underneath this car, and I'm like, okay, Deen, I'm freaking waiting. So I called my BM at the time. yo, listen, I'm gonna need you to pick me up, but like go park like down the street. I'll tell her where I'm at, and she's like, okay, I'm coming. I'm like, all right, bet. Is the coast clear? So I go out between the two cars, and I could kind of see what a cop car is, like the lights flashing, and then one over there. I get out from underneath the cars, and I'm walking regular pedestrian. One of the cop cars come out of nowhere, roll up. The nigga roll down his window and look at me. I act like I'm not looking. I keep walking. He circles back. He pulls back. I'm like, oh, no. So then I start booking it. Homie hops out his car. I'm booking it.
He better not have caught you.
He didn't catch me at all. I smoked him. I jumped over this gate. He tried to jump over the gate too, and I did high jump. I got gold medals. I got gold medals in high school
like
for
in
high
real
jump.
life.
Yeah, real life. So anyways, I jump over this gate. He tries to jump over the gate, and he cuts himself. So then they called more backup because he was injured. So he had to have his team to come help him. So now it's more cop cars.
Ukraine problems.
More problems. So when I hop over this gate, I'm running and I climb up this ladder. So I'm on top of this building. So now I'm like ducking down. This is a real Soldier Boy story, nigga. I'm ducking down like, oh, what's going on? I gotta try to get away from this situation. So I'm like, okay, cop cars, they got me surrounded, but they don't really see where I'm at. I'm like, I see my BM car over there. I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and hop down from this building. Mind you, I'm super tired at this point. I've probably been running. I'm super winded. I've probably been running for like, no lie, 15, a good 15 hard, or maybe even 20. Who knows?
Hard,
and it's cold. So,
yeah,
you can't even breathe
down,
like that. That'll slow you down. So I'm out there booking it. I get down, and now they see me. I'm running again. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm too out of breath. I just laid there on the ground like, all right, take me in. When I laid down, they got angry. Came over, knee on the neck, all of that. So then I started to think, like, this is still victim mindset. So this was when I had the victim mindset, not after. I think, like, after that whole situation, I'm like, why did I steal? What was the purpose of me stealing? I thought that I was owed something. I thought that I was a victim. I thought that, hey, these businesses, they make these millions of dollars. If I take this one little product, it wouldn't be nothing to them. So let me go ahead and take it. My ancestors, 400 years of slavery and all of these things.
Yeah.
This is what I'm thinking in my mindset prior to me even stealing.
Yeah.
Right? This is the victim mindset.
That was deep.
Then I go ahead and steal when I feel the consequences of my poor decisions as a man. And then I'm like, you know what? I need to make a change. I have a kid, things is different. My life should be different. Why am I living this way? Right from there, it woke me up. So I actually needed, this is why I want to speak on a victim mindset so much, is because I actually needed consequences to change my mindset. I don't want other black people to go through the consequences that I went through, or even more consequences, experience worse consequences, to get out of the victim mindset. This is why we need to really preach that word, because a victim mindset is evil. It will consume your mind and lead you astray. It leaded me to steal.
There you go. So you experienced that holding cell
for a little bit.
Yeah. So they put you in a holding cell, then they let you out of there.
I was in there doing push-ups like a nigga. You know, when you first get in there, you first experience something, you in there doing mad push-ups like, yeah, man. And I was a skinny nigga back then. I was still like 6'4", but I was like 140.
That's crazy.
I was Snoop Dogg looking. I was insane. 140 solid. Wow. So I was super, super skinny. But I was always a skinny dude that could get busy. Yeah. But I'm in there doing push-ups like, I don't know what's going to happen, but if I see any of my enemies in here, then I'm going to have to get busy. But I got right out of there. I was all right.
Yeah. For a little petty theft.
Little petty theft. But this explains a lot. Anyone in the chat, all these racist people that you suffer from this victim mindset, and you think that, oh, the white people owe us something. You're black. You shouldn't be, dating another race. Race isn't really that important. If you're harping over race so much, you're thinking in your lower self. Like, we're more than just race.
Another thing I add on to that, and mind you, I'm not promoting white vagina right now. I'll take it, but I don't pursue it. I'll accept it, but I don't pursue it.
If it's thrown, you'll catch it.
Yeah. Maybe depending. Some won't be raggedy, but what I observe is that it's rarely the very successful black people that are deep into race. is the ones that are unsuccessful.
Yeah.
And they'll use racism as an explanation as to why they're unsuccessful. It's not because they didn't try hard enough. It's not because they're not smart. It's not because they're not industrious. It's not because they don't have good habits. It's because so-and-so or the white man or the small hats are keeping you down. And we're in a dark era to where white people are also becoming victim. Now everything, they're blaming the Jews for everything. So if you're black, you're blaming Twitter the whites. If you're white, you're blaming the Jews. If you're Jewish, you're blaming the whites, and it goes around and round. Yeah. And that's why the world is in need of true leadership and good philosophy to heal us and to bring us to some goodness, because so many of the peoples are lost. There was a time you wouldn't find a white man blaming like that. You wouldn't find so many white single mothers. Now you're finding white single mothers in the same numbers you're finding black single mothers increasingly. And what they did, because they control the society, they also control the language. And so what the liberal white women do, the feminists, the dirtbags, the devils incarnate, it's no longer a single mom. Now it's a blended family. Like, they have all these new terms to describe messing up.
Yeah.
It's like a mess up is a mistake is a mistake.
Yeah, it didn't go fully right.
That's right.
It didn't go fully right.
And that's why if I make a mistake, I'm always willing to say, hey, I made a mistake, or this is not an ideal circumstance, or that's not really what I wanted. And it get like that. You hear me? It get like that. Yeah. That's life. That's what people, and that's what one thing I can tell people haven't been outdoors. They just been in the video game world. When if something doesn't go according to their ideal or whatever life coach or dating coach said it should be, then they're mad. And that's a lot of that red pill raging, is that the distance between what you expected or hoped for and then something called life.
Yeah.
I say pursue the best, pursue ideals, but make accommodations for life happening.
A great philosopher once said, what's great about man is that he is a bridge and not a goal. I think a lot of people online, like a lot of even this controversy online, they see a tall, maybe handsome black guy got his stuff together. They're like, he's the goal. Like maybe they see the Tates and things like that. Even yourself and, people that's out there creating content, like, this is the goal. Like, he's perfect. Like, no, no one is perfect. We have many flaws about us. We're a bridge.
Yeah.
We're not actually a goal.
Yeah.
You can learn from us.
Hit me. May I acknowledge Nora writes, I am a single black mother. I love to watch both of your videos. However, I do not see myself as recreational use. That's a pity, baby, because I wanted to see about it. Are you protesting that I'm not to be dated? Please, guy, enlighten me. Well, baby, go ahead, shoot your IG. And if you don't want to shoot your IG, just come on camera. Let me take a look at you. Let me hear from you. And let's see what's going on. I'm willing to judge you as an individual, since you are an individual and you're presenting yourself here as an individual.
Come on, Nora.
So, come on screen. We'll have a brief little conversation. I think it's worth having. Carrying on. You better be thick too. Anyway, shout out to Major Mind and Soul writes, the hatred is wild. They really hate if your white girl look good too. That'll get them big mad. You hear me? That'll get them big mad. Now, if she fat, then the black girls be rejoicing. They be rejoicing.
Have them.
They be rejoicing.
Girl.
Yeah, they got a lot to say. If there's one thing men don't do, is disrespect another man's choice of female unprovoked. Peace to the saints. May I acknowledge? Michael writes, so you allow this? Here we go. Bro put it in all caps too. He ready for the BS. You allow the sale of your child's mom's sanctity for a paycheck, $1, my brother. All praises be. How are you going to explain to your seed why people can see mom's cheeks on TikTok when they're older? Nothing is sacred anymore. Bro didn't made you sound like Adam 22, bro. He said you are. He was 16.
Like, hey man, you Adam. I've already explained that. So prior to, we were already making content before any type of check. When you're talking about cheeks and these things, you're just making up stuff. Like, y'all can't find any type of, there's not one type of piece of content of my shorty that you can pinpoint and say, oh, these IG thoughts post these same type of stuff. No, bro, there's nothing revealing like that. Y'all just exaggerating.
Shout out to Derek writes, David does believe that everyone is low IQ since he's still lying about what happened with his brother like it wasn't all caught on camera. Peace to the saints. Shout out to Epstein's brother writes, David, the type of dude that be outside the club selling DVDs that he found TikTok and put his dancer girl on social media, no more Blade. Oh, wow. Ain't got to hide it at the car wash no more while she eat up the hood. Bro is not messing with you.
Bruh, we got the haters in here,
Bro
man.
is not
Keep
messing
on
with you.
hating.
Nicaragua Saint writes, are single mothers strictly for recreational use? Peace of Saints.
No, there's always, if you have a kid, like think about what recreational use only is. When we're speaking about that, that's how it is claimed, not how it should be. So should single mothers be for recreational use only? No, they shouldn't. But men and women's standards don't always match up. Women have these high standards. So if they're only going for these type of guys, these guys are going to be like recreational use only. There's a lot of things that's recreational use only. Girls with too many tattoos, recreational use only. Girls on a stripper pole, recreational use only. Girls got OnlyFans, recreational use only. The list goes on and on and on.
Shout out to the swarthy wizard, writes Mr. Burton and Mr. David. Question, if a man you know is more diplomatic and less of a fighter getting walked up on a guy that's bigger over a petty issue, would you defend him or call him out?
A good question. I've always been the type to stand up for bullies. I'll explain, part of my life and my upbringing. So I was born in Rahway, New Jersey, projects, and I got a true David and Goliath story.
Are you David in the story?
I'm David in the story.
Okay. All right.
So there was a bully growing up. He was about maybe 16 years old. Me and my friends, we were 12, 11 at the time. And he used to bully everyone. Never really bullied me because I had older brothers. And my brothers didn't play that. But he always bullied my friends. And I used to have to stand up for my friends. So I always was the ones to stand up to bullies. I had my cousin at the time that used to live in the projects with me, and people used to always pick on him because he was shorter, and he was darker than everyone. You know, the dark and short person always got picked on. You know, the crazy thing is colorism. Black people be hating on other black people because of their skin complexion. So I've noticed this, and my little cousin was a victim of it, and I've always fought his faults. I always fought his fights for him because he wasn't big enough and he didn't have the hands like I had. I just had more hands in the family. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, I've always stood up for bullies. And during this time, I've fought many of his fights, and the big bully, older guy, 16 years old, that was bullying everybody. He walked into my house. True story. I'm sitting down, I'm playing, maybe it had to have been PlayStation 1. Had to have been PlayStation 1. Or if it wasn't PlayStation, it was like Sega Genesis. No, probably was Sega Genesis.
Damn, bro said
it was
Sega
back
Genesis.
in the day. So yeah, it was Sega
crazy.
Genesis. And you know, in a project, you got your door, but then you got the screen door.
Absolutely.
And all the buildings are connected. Mm-hmm. So he goes to the screen door, and usually we always lock the screen door. And I got my older brother upstairs. It's me downstairs. I'm playing a video game. What's up?
Oh, you don't know how to put the link? Okay, I'll get it. Keep telling the story. I'll get the link.
Cool. So, project door, the lock wasn't on, and the dude comes to the screen. My brother's upstairs, I'm downstairs, my older brother. When he comes to the screen, I'm like, oh, snap, Poota's at the door. You know, he tries to open the door, and it's unlocked, and he walks in. When he walks in, I'm like, I'm a little nervous at that age because he's way bigger. And he slaps the controller out my hand like, this is my game now. And he tries to steal the system from me. And I'm like, yo, Swinger, come downstairs. Poota just broke in the house. I'm screaming for my older brother. And my older brother couldn't hear me because he did music at the time and he had his headphones on. So then I was like, fight or flight mode. No one's about to steal my game system. And I swung, hooked him, knocked him flat out. Flat out, chat. Knocked him flat out. And he laid unconscious on my floor for about an hour. My brother came downstairs a few minutes after that because he heard the commotion. My mom's came home, had to literally drag him outside. Once this happened, I got a whole lot of popularity and a whole lot of credit, street cred in the hood. Then when this happened, literally, it was like David just defeated Goliath. So the type of respect that I got in the hood and the type of I don't take bullying personally. So to that super chat, if that's your man's, right? Or if you just know someone that's truly, looks like he will get defeated by the perpetrator or the bad guy, stand up for him. Why not? I would stand up for someone. I've been doing it my whole life. So that's the story. But is someone wants to join the stream? Yeah. Oh, is it the woman? Nora. Okay, Nora, we're going to bring you up in a second. Marquett, he just had to use the restroom, and then when we get back, we're going to bring you on up. Are you using, what is this, StreamYard? Okay, I use Restream, so it's a little bit different than mine. And if you want, did she already come up with her camera and stuff? You can see her? No. Okay, cool. Wow, you good, brother. You good.
Honorable thing to do. Okay, so when she does come on, if she's able to hit that link, then you'll click the add-ons screen at the bottom, and I'll probably need to turn the volume on this one. If you happen to see the Apple remote, it's right there. So
do we have headphones, or would it just be on there?
I'll put the volume on.
Okay, cool.
No, that question actually is very complex. And I'll give you the short and sweet of it right now, but I talk about this in my book, and I talk about it in two very important scenarios. I don't know the background of the young man, but in the context of a hood, there are politics in your hood.
Yeah.
And you should probably respect those politics. You should probably respect those politics.
For sure.
Then outside of a hood in civilized Western society, there's also decorum and consequences and laws that you have to abide by. In the book, I talk about two distinct situations and how you should operate. In the black box, I'll go through a true story, all true stories. You can Google the court cases and everything. I'll go through the story and tell what I did do, which in some cases is heinous, it's cruel, maybe sometimes kind. And then at the end, I give a black box, which is a reflection on what I should have done or what I would have done if I was more mature or if I was not raised by criminals, like what I would have done if. But I want to say this. I truly do not believe in bullying as a concept, which is to say that everybody has to get it on. Everybody.
Yeah.
So if we're together, somebody walk up on you and we don't know them, they're a stranger. Even if they're 8'30", giant, I'm going to let you pop it off. I'm going to let you get that first shot in. And I expect you to.
Yeah.
But I'm jumping in immediately. Why? Because ain't no fair ones. Like, I don't even know you, little buddy.
That's the same way I operate.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to let you get that first one off because that's your fade.
Mm-hmm.
You hear me? Like, that's yours.
You need
like,
to grow some experience.
Yeah, that's your fade. I'm going to let you get that first one off, but I'm absolutely jumping in 1,000%.
Facts.
Believe that. It don't even matter if you winning or losing. I'm still jumping in. No, really. I'm still jumping in because you shouldn't have tried that.
Yeah, not at all.
Now, if you're in a hood, there's hood politics. There was one time, I'll make a long story short. I don't even actually think, I'm not sure if this one was in my book. It may or may have not been in the book. And shout out to this essay named Eric. Bro's a real G for this one. Long story short, I'm going to make a very long story short. Your brother is like the homie Crazy Rob. In as much as like, bro will sock out anything at any time for no reason and like has no concern about the consequences. We'll deal with that later. Long story short, and I didn't even turn off that damn like vent. Can you turn that off? I apologize. But long story short, we had went to go pick up his little brother from school. His little brother was like, hey, you know, so-and-so had jumped me, these essays. Now, in my neighborhood, it's all black and Mexican. That's pretty much all it is.
Yeah.
And people are like, why do you say Mexican? Nigga, it was Mexican. It wasn't El Salvadorians, Guatemalans, Nicaraguense, Mexican. That's what it was. That's what I grew up with. So anyways, he said, you know, these essays jumped me. And then he was like, oh, word? Like, okay, who was it? And he was like, it was so-and-so, because you'd be from a black gang, and the essays live on the same block, but obviously they from a SA gang, you from a black gang.
Yeah,
and
LA different.
Yeah, there's a balance. You feel me? There's a balance and there's a level of respect. So he was like who did that? He was like, oh yeah, so and so. He was like, oh, Eric, little brother. He was like, yeah. He was like, okay, cool. Then like, Eric got to get this fade then. So then we call up Eric, not like literally, but we call up Eric. Yeah. Eric come down to the spot, essay, and it's like us and like 5 of the homies, right? So it's the homie Crazy Rob, his little brother, the one that got jumped, and it's 5 of us, and Eric show up dolo. You heard me? Dolo, real one. He showed up. He was like, what's happening? And the homie was like, yeah, your little brothers jumped my little brother, so we got to throw these hands. He's a G. He ain't asked why. What's this got to do with me? That doesn't make sense. Can your little brother shoot the fair one with my little brother? This is nonsense. None of that. He was like, oh, absolutely. Were you trying to get it in? The other homie, we call him Gumby. A nigga named Marcus, we call him Gumby. He ain't really a goon, but he just be a part of the mix. Yeah. He was like, oh yeah, I got a spot, so we take it to the cut. Now, when we were walking there, in my mind, I was like, this ball, Eric is a nut. He's a G, but he's a nut. You walking to a private area with 5 black kids that at least 4 of them are real savage. You hear me?
And Eric was the essay.
Eric's the essay. Yeah. So he walking over there, he ain't got a care in the world. He ready to get his fair one in and call it a day. So we get there. Now, I said hood politics matters because usually if it's not a friendly fade, we jumping in. Absolutely. And by friendly fade, I mean either you're actually a friend or we're from the same neighborhood. You feel me? Like we grew up like somebody knows your mama, like your grandma lived down somebody's block. Like we're familiar. Yeah. We won't jump you. We will let you shoot one, even if it's not technically a fair one, because we might not be friends, but you from the neighborhood, shoot the fair one.
Shoot the fair one.
But when you have like inter-gang politics and like we do know who Eric is, he does know who we are. We're definitely not from like the same neighborhood. We're from the same area. But it's still gang politics. It's a fair one. Like he's a G. Use it. Like shoot this like real men. We're not gonna jump you because we're in basically the same land. Yeah. So we get to the cut, right? They start squaring off. Eric had a chain on, right? So Eric's like, let me get my chain off. So he start taking his chain off.
I got a feeling that chain. He never got that chain back.
No. Listen, this was a wild one. I'm gonna make a long story very short. But he was like, let me get my chain off. Don't hit me. And then the homie Crazy Rock like, blood, ain't nobody going to hit your bitch ass. Blood, I'll put you out like a cigarette, blood. Like, don't nobody need to tee off on you, blood. We going to do this fair, right? Now, mind you, me and Crazy Rob been known to not shoot fair ones, like with people from the outside. Yeah. And this is like respectfully, like, generally, Mexican guys are not very tall or big. Like there's a couple of them that I know like from my school that are just very gargantuan, but mostly they're shorter, smaller guys, right? So I just respect everything about Eric. We're all like a foot taller than Eric. You know what I'm saying? There's 5 of us, 1 of him. I'm like, this nigga's a real one. I respect it, like on me. So anyways, he's like, let me get my chain off. I'm like, bro, get your chain off. Ain't nothing, man. Like, dude, he put his chain in his pocket. He was like, yeah, let me take my shirt off. He take his shirt off, bro. He's squaring off. The homie Crazy Rob look at me with the most evil, diabolical grin, like off of some, like, I'm about to do work. I'm about to catch a body. And it was crazy because he turned and looked at me like off of some blood. This is easy work. Yeah. Soon as ding, ding, that this nigga, listen to me. I don't know how much you've boxed or seen boxing, but sometimes people get hit with such force that their lights go out before they hit the ground.
Oh, yeah.
So they go to sleep while standing up.
While standing.
So Eric goes to sleep while standing up. Timber. We're on concrete, mind you. Timber. Boom. Hits the concrete. It wakes him back up when he hit the concrete, and then Crazy Rob, and this is the hood part about Crazy Rob. This is the kind of nigga he is. Most people would stomp you out, right? Yeah. Crazy Rob lean over the nigga, just whack, in both hands though. Whack.
MMA
into
style.
The concrete though. He's punching bro's head into the concrete. All the other homies is just watching because Crazy Rob's like really my man. Like we're very close. Yeah. But we go back very young. And bro is like a pit bull. Like, a pit bull sometimes will snap on their owners. Sometimes the pit bull might eat their owner's kids type shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't really trust them. So anyways, the homies is looking in horror like, bro, somebody got to get him, but they don't want to be the one. I grab him like, bro, look out. Like, you about to kill the ball. Yeah. So I pull him off of him. Bro's noodle. Noodle. You hear me? He's done. Bro, it was one of those things where you might be like, bro, might actually be up out of here. He might be out of here. So we all book it. We dying laughing because you young, dumb kids. We running, we dying laughing like, bro, like, and then they go crazy. I'm like, blood, I knocked blood out. Blood, I'm active to the third power on blood. Can't nobody see my sock. I was like, he talking reckless. We laughing, we talking reckless. We finally get back to his house. By the time we get back to his house, as soon as we knock on the door, because mom wouldn't even let him get a key to his own spot, right? His hood like that. Mom opened the door. She's like, what y'all do? What? Nothing. What are you talking about? We've done nothing. We've just come home from a good day at school. She's like, what y'all do? Nothing. Why would you say such a thing? The police already came down here, said y'all didn't beat up some Mexican boy. Y'all didn't jump in.
Got there before you got there.
Yeah. So apparently somebody was snitching, right? Like apparently. And it get like that. And we're like, no, what happened? What did they say? And long story short, I'm going to just tell you guys the short version. The police, Eric obviously had to go to the hospital. While he was there, the detectives came like, hey, what happened to you? People said you walked off with 4 or 5 black kids and, what happened to you? And Eric was like, I don't know what you're talking about. They're like, well, you have some serious injuries. You concussed and you got broken this and broken that. Yeah. Like what happened to you? Like we can help. Eric's like, nah, I don't talk to you guys.
Eric a real one.
No, he's a real, but a lot of the Mexican homies were like that though. There were never rats on that side, man. And they beat up their girl and they girl don't rat. They go to jail, they girls stay solid. I know, cause I was trying to peel off their girls. You heard me? I was. But long story short, this the crazy part. So they couldn't find Crazy Rob. Right. Yeah. And obviously they want some get back. But Eric got beat up so badly that he actually thought that he got jumped. In actual fact, he did not get jumped. He got a fair, clean ass fair fade. Completely fair.
It was a one-hitter quitter, right?
Bro, no, it was a one-hitter quitter, but the ground woke him up and then he bent over and finished him off in the most brutal fashion. And the irony is that I personally, as an individual man, I saved Eric's life. And then they tried to take my life shortly after that. I was just finished dealing with a broad.
Talking about the essays.
The essays. I was supposed to be at school. I just finished dealing with a broad off of some my parents are going to work. Oh shit, let me slide through. I finished sliding through in the morning. I go to the bus stop on the main street. I'm sitting on Fair Oaks and Navarro. I think it was Navarro was across the street, but I'm sitting on Fair Oaks, man, waiting for the bus just to go to school after I didn't just beat down this little broad, man. I'm waiting for the bus. Little piece of crap Toyota pull up, slam on the brakes, 5 essays hop out. I already knew it was for me, you feel me? But it could have been for anything because at the time, there's some black-brown beef, you feel me? It was kind of always been some black-brown beef. But they hop out, and in my sick mind, I didn't think of running. You feel me? And every time I tell this story, people are like, oh, well, why didn't you run? That did not cross my mind. We were not raised like that. Running was never. Now, in retrospect, at this age, man, I would have hit the. You heard me?
How old were you around this time?
16.
16. Okay.
Yeah, I was 16. But man, at 16, man, you don't even think you could die, homie. I was so lit.
Yeah.
I was so sick up here. I ain't even try to run, bro. So 5 hop out, bro. I start packing one of them out off rip before they can even throw some. I start packing one of them out. I'm fighting 2 of them. We tussling, and it's low key. It's going well. Then just the force of numbers overcome me. They get me on the ground. They putting feet on me and everything, but they're having trouble because there's so many of them just trying to, and I'm trying to pull them down and stuff. And eventually they didn't pull out some hawk. They stabbing and stuff. Man, I got stabbed up a couple of times, bro. But I say that to say, and eventually somebody in the neighborhood opened the door like, hey, bro, the Bete's over there, blood. Came over there and they hopped back in the whip, skirted out. But I say that to say, and it was amateur hour, obviously, right? Bro, I shouldn't even be alive. Y'all niggas ain't pulled out hawks. Y'all stabbing me. It's 5 of y'all. Y'all niggas straight bitches. It's amateur hour. You heard me? But here's the point. What happened to me, that's fair and square, bro. That's not bullying. It was 5 of them. It's 1 of me. It is what it is. That's life.
Yeah, that's life right there.
That's life.
Life ain't fair.
It's not fair.
Yeah, not
so whether it was 1 person that was bigger than me or 5 people, whatever the case is, you got to get it in. You got to get it in. Yeah. I don't care who you are. And I say that to say You always need to be ready to get it in. No one has any mercy on you. And if you're waiting for somebody to help you, if I wouldn't have fought back, I probably would have died. You know what I'm saying? If I was just sitting there, or you know what I'm saying, like I probably would have died.
That's the facts. The thing is, if you're showing that weakness, they really gonna get you. You're gonna get it even worse.
Yeah,
gonna get even worse.
But I used to be Captain Save a nigga. But in college, long story short, there's a situation. The cat was getting pressed and I stood up for him. And then I realized on the back end, and I talk about this at depth in the book, I realized in the back end that if you won't stand up for yourself, that's crazy for me to stand up for. You won't even stand up for yourself. So I'm going to go catch a case for something you wouldn't do for yourself. Bonkers.
Yeah.
Bonkers. Now, hell nah, bro. Like everybody got to take their fade. But what I want everybody to know is like, ain't no fair ones out here, man. For real though.
She coming up?
Oh yeah, go ahead and put Shorty on.
But what I want to
hit the other one. So yeah, there we go. Okay. Go ahead, talk to us so we can make sure we can hear you.
Hi guys.
Okay, we need to turn up this volume. Give me a second. Hand me that Apple mic. That Apple right there.
Can you hear me?
Thank you. You might have to adjust it. Say something to me.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Okay, we're hearing her, but she's faint. Are you hearing her from that TV? Go ahead and talk.
Hello.
Okay. No, she's not supposed to be there. I'm going to fix it. Give me 1 second. I'm going to put you on speaker, love. One moment. Bro said she good here.
Oh, you saying put it all on my foot? No, that's all good.
Go ahead and talk to us, Nora.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
And I'm going to turn it down a little bit. And if the audience, for the audience, if you guys would be kind enough to confirm that you can hear the young lady by populating an A into the chat to say, yes, I can hear her. And I'm going to turn down her volume a little bit so that it's not echoing so hard. And next time I'll make sure that we have our headsets ready so that this is not an issue. So just in case the echo persists, I'm going to grab one more headset. Okay, talk to me.
Hello.
Hey. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? What's your age, if you don't mind sharing, and how many kids you got?
Okay, I'm from Queens, New York. I'm 38. I have one son.
Okay. What's his age?
He just turned 4 on December 3rd.
Okay, very good. So you're 38. You have a child who's 4 years old. And at what point did you stop being in a full committed relationship with his father?
It was actually once I got pregnant.
So during the pregnancy, the relationship stopped.
During the pregnancy, he was still there, but we weren't together.
Oh, tell us about how that ended up happening, that you ended up getting pregnant by a guy that you weren't with.
Well, we were friends.
Oh shit, y'all was more than friends if you got pregnant by him.
Well, yeah, of course. But we were friends. I actually met him through another guy, which is his best friend, and we started dating. But he was in a relationship, but he told me
real quick, the friend that you met him through, and I'm gonna plug in another headset real quick. The friend that you met him through, had you had any romantic involvement with that friend first? None at all. So he was just a guy friend.
He was just a guy, yeah.
Okay.
And he was actually in a relationship, but he was practicing polyamory. And
the friend or the guy that you got pregnant by?
The guy that I was dating. That's my child's father. Okay. And I actually was very interested in doing that, so I decided to proceed. It didn't really end well with the other side of the party, which is now who he's with.
Did he get the other woman pregnant too?
Yes.
Okay, so he got the other woman pregnant.
I'm sorry, he already had a child with her.
Okay, so he decided to be with that woman that he had the kid with, but then he dismissed you?
Yes. I
Okay.
actually met her as well.
You met her as well?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I see. You got the headphones? Okay, one second. We're just gonna switch. Right now it's playing from the display screen. We're gonna put some headsets in, so it's no echo. So give us a moment. Yeah, I'll be good. I could always move over too. That's good. Okay, but could you move the board to this side or no? Be careful moving it against this, because this is the power source. Want me to move this light? Got you.
I mean, look, this is dry.
Hey, we do it live. We're getting some things figured out right now. I can hear myself, yeah. So I'm good. Yeah, I can hear myself.
Okay, and since we took out all the time to get our infrastructure ready to go for guests, so any other ladies who want to come on, feel free to get ready to come on. We got the infrastructure ready to go. And Nora, if you're back and ready, we have now put on our headphones to reduce the echo so that we can hear you at high quality. And if you're in the chat and you can hear us just fine, just please confirm that with an A for good audio and a B for inferior audio. Somebody wrote she was thick. Dang, I missed it. That's a damn pity. Did you see?
I ain't see nothing, man.
That was a pity. Bro, in a real relationship, like, I ain't see nothing.
Just nodded.
Bro, in a real relationship, that was crazy.
Yo, this guy's funny, bro.
Your old lady probably texted you like, you can't hang out with that nigga.
Listen, bro.
That's how it be, bro. Like when you got an old lady, they don't be like, you can't hang out with Marquett.
I ain't in no relationship like that. I run a relationship and make the road. You funny. You funny.
Nora, how are you, dear?
I'm good. I have to step out for a little
And
bit.
for some, we cannot hear her right now. Give me a second. I got to fix one more thing, Nora. Give me 1 second.
Then there's something over there then. It just probably wanted to just need to be turned up.
So you were able to hear yourself on there, huh?
I could hear myself good, yeah. Yep. Hey, Nora, can you speak again?
Hi. Hello.
Yeah, can't hear her.
Oh.
We getting this figured out. We do it live. Nora, can you speak again?
Can you hear me?
Still can't hear.
Oh.
If the echo is not too bad, we can go back to how it was before. Tell the audience we can go back to the echo if they want.
Hey, chat, so we can go back to the echo if you guys want, where we play it through the display screen, or we can try to figure this out if you give us a few more minutes. Put a 1 in the chat if you want us to go back to the echo, or put a 2 in the chat if you want us to just figure this out. One in the chats. Yeah, people saying go back to the echo. We got some 2s as well. It's almost even. So yeah, it's even actually. I think it's actually more 2s than 1s. So yeah, they saying figure this out.
Can you close the door?
You know what? Send me that link. I could click on it. And go in. That's what I normally do on my live stream. To all my Spanish niggas out there, un momento, por favor. Gracias. She's back on too, so.
Can you not just speak now and see if you hear it?
Yeah, let me see if you did something new. Hey, Nora, can you speak?
Can you hear me?
Still can't hear. Wait right there, Nora. Don't run away. We're gonna use you to figure this out.
Okay.
Hey, can you hear it in your headset? Can you hear her? So I think it must be.
Maybe let's try this. Is Cooley right here?
Yeah, I'm right there. Okay. Nora, can you speak now?
Can you hear me? Hello, hello.
In one ear.
In one ear. That's all you'll be able to get when I do the trick.
Yeah, but if you put yours into that, if there's another one, then you'll hear out of the other ear. That's all we need anyway.
Oh yeah, I guess you don't need to, right? You can go back here.
All right, we got it figured out, chat.
You can hear me?
I could hear you. Yeah, I could hear you good.
Shout out to the broke nigga in the chat talking about they need a tech guy. Like he's basically saying hire a $60,000 a year employee, and motherfucker don't even support the show. That shit crazy.
That's wild.
That shit crazy. Okay, Nora. So let's get after it, love. First, would you mind standing up and giving us a 360 so we can see what we got going here?
Really? Oh.
And I'll tell you why I say that. Because you're asking about, are you for recreational use only, right? And if we're being honest, men are visual. Am I wrong?
Okay. I don't really feel comfortable doing that. Is that okay? Or
yeah, I mean, no, we're not forcing you. Like you're not. I'm not trying to catch a hashtag me too. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. One of the reasons people are hard on single moms is because number one, promiscuity. The reason you tend to get left by the man is because you didn't get to know the man before you laid down with him. So you did things out of order. And because you did things out of order and you might be promiscuous by nature, then the next guy coming in will be at great risk. And here's why. Every person, every human being wants their offspring in their life. So the idea is never that the man left the kids. The idea is that the man left the woman. So if he left you, either there's something wrong with you, or he never knew you, or he did get to know you and he didn't like what he found out. So when we say recreational, well, I guess that's your words. I ain't trying to get caught up with that.
No, you speaking facts.
When people say recreational use, it's really the idea that the only real value you probably have to offer that's a guaranteed value would be your body, because the other things we look for are absent. Because if they were there, he would have stayed with you.
Okay.
Talk to us, Nora.
Well, I don't know how to. Was there a question? I don't know how to respond to that.
So Nora, your situation. Did you understand what he said though, or yes or no?
I did understand what he said.
Well, that's actually a good point. Maybe Nora, if you be kind of explain back to us what I just explained to you, if you would.
Yeah.
I feel like, not I feel. What you did explain to me was that he didn't get to know me in enough time before he laid down with me, and that's why he left me. And I do understand that. However, he's still in his child's life. We're good friends, and I make sure that he stays in his life for the rest of his life. I'm not sure if that's something he should explain. I don't know. I don't. But I do understand your take that I just wasn't the woman that he wanted to live the rest of his life with. I do understand that.
Why did you decide to not use protection, get pregnant? So A, not use protection, B, get pregnant, and then C, carry the child to term. Why did you make that decision?
Well, I did carry the child to term. I didn't want to have an abortion. And at the time, my doctor said, at your age, this is the only time that you can probably have a baby. So, and you have a very low chance of having a baby after this. So I asked him, I told him, this is what's going to happen. Are you going to be in his life? He said, yes, I am. I laid down with you.
So for you knew you had basically made the mistake of holding off too long to have kids. And then you decided for your child to be that he would not have a whole family. He would come into a broken family automatically. And you did that because you were not responsible in your 20s to secure a mate who wanted to be with you. So you're basically like, look, nigga, this is my last chance. I'm doing it.
Well, yeah. Sad to say, yes.
That's heavy. That's heavy.
Yeah,
that's
real heavy. That's real heavy.
Sad to say yes.
I want to explain something to you, Nora, just to give you the perspective of a logical thinking man. People really don't change. And your past history and how you acted with your last relationship and your poor decision making with, giving up your sexuality before even having a real relationship with the man, meaning like letting him have sex with you raw. And there's no commitment. You get what I'm saying? So these past behaviors, this is why men, we say exactly what he explained. It's like, if you peel back the layer, the single mother, it's like, did she have a baby and the man didn't want her? Like she just got knocked up. And you did display characteristics of your past in that same way, meaning that you slept with the man, he only hit it, and you had a baby by him. Not only that, you just admitted that you were kind of like, you were kind of with it. You know what I mean? So
I didn't want to have an abortion. I don't want to do that.
Not have an abortion, but yep. What I'm saying is that you were actually okay with his lifestyle. His lifestyle was XYZ. You said, okay, I'm interested in this lifestyle. So you were interested in it, and you really didn't get anything out of it besides some hard D, which is you were used for recreational use only. He literally chose another woman over you. You get what I'm saying? So now let's just move it forward.
Can I? You actually just brought out something that's fascinating, because she asked us, why would we say single moms are for recreational use?
Yes.
But she actually made herself for recreational use. Wow.
Yes. So now let's just fast forward, right? Currently, right now, you have a kid and you're a single mother. So we need to see currently how men are going to look at you as recreational use only currently. That's why he asked you to stand up, because men are visual creatures. But let's just get some reality of what type of man you're looking for. So let's go with height, race, and income. What's your preference?
I don't have any preference for height or.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'10".
You're 5'10". You don't have a height preference. You're taller than most men.
Most of them.
Yeah, but I don't have a height preference.
You would date a guy that's 5'6"?
Yes, I have dated a guy that was.
Okay, fair enough. That's good. That means that your height standards aren't high. What about an income preference? What's the minimum amount that a man would have to make to be with you?
I would say I don't have a number. You just have to be able to be providing for yourself now.
So he just has to be self-sufficient. So you're okay with the 50-50 relationship. He does for himself, you do for yourself, and you guys kind of come together and figure it out.
Yes.
Okay. She's, fairly understandable on the income. You got something?
Nora, you know what I think happened? And by the way, I think you're a good-looking black woman.
Thank you.
I think you have a very pretty complexion, and I could see, in your prime, you were definitely probably something to knock down. But no, in a real way. But the real question for us, and I want to know if you're aware, what about you was causing men to not retain you. And I'm not talking about the last guy who got you pregnant. I'm talking about all the guys who skipped over you when you were 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31.
Time out.
32,
this nigga gave me a Scooby
snack.
snack.
34. I want you to starve out here. My brother is love. That's all natural.
Appreciate you.
But and the reason I ask you this is because we're here to help young men, young women to heal the people with this kind of a conversation, because you have a unique experience and knowledge that you can share. And I bet that your behavior today is different than it was a decade ago, that your knowledge of male-female relationships is different. So what behaviors do you think you were displaying over more than a 10-year period that made guys not want to hold on to you? Because one thing I know it wasn't your appearance. It wasn't your body. I can't even see your body, but I know that men are generally thirsty, sex-crazed animals. So it wasn't your appearance and it wasn't your body. So what was it?
Well, from age 17 to like 23, I was in a serious relationship. I believe it was how I would pick men. That's what I would say. But from 17 to 22, I was in a serious relationship and he was abusive. And I took a break, healed.
Okay, let's say when you were 17, how old was he?
He was 19.
Okay, all right, understood.
Yeah, he got abusive towards the end, and he started cheating on me. I still was trying to be there for dumb reasons, but
okay. And you were what age when that one ended?
22, I think 22.
Okay.
Age 22. I took a break from dating. Then I got into another serious relationship, and we were dating for 6 years.
And this is prior to you having a kid, right?
Yeah, this is prior to me having a kid.
Got it.
Yeah. So then I got into another relationship after that. That was a 6-year relationship. We were engaged, and then he then got abusive towards the end, and he was cheating and lying. So that
now, let me stop you there, and I want to say something that I hate to have to say out loud, but it's so true. Now, one thing I'm proud to say, I've never slapped fire from a chick in my life, except that one time when I was 16, and that was different. That was deserved. She threw a case on me, and there was a female judge, and they threw the case out. And then the judge asked me if I want to put charges on her. So that was a beautiful legal slap. You had never seen the pimp slapping be legalized. But anyways, here's one thing I know for sure, Nora, and I hate to have to say it, but I think that the deterioration of relations between man and woman are so bad that I have to say this, and it is true. I've never met a female who told me that she was in an abusive relationship, and after getting to know her, I was surprised. I find that consistently, if I meet a young lady and she says that a man that put his hands on her, after a few days of knowing her, I'm always like, aha, I see why. Which is not to say I would do it, because I've never done that. I've never been involved in domestic violence. But I say, I see why. Which is to say, you mentioned issues with picking men. I believe that. But also at a level, we say birds of a feather flock together, and we duplicate the dysfunction that is within us and search it out in those persons that we choose to deal with. And if you chose to deal with two people in long-term relationships and both those males were abusive, there was some behavior that you were displaying, and there was something in your criteria that selected for that. Do you have any sense of what that might be?
No, I don't know. Actually, I really don't. If I did, I wouldn't have picked that one. But the last abusive relationship, he started using drugs, and that's why he became abusive.
No. People, if there's a story of so-and-so started drinking and then he became abusive, so-and-so started using drugs and then he became abusive. You ever heard of a heterosexual man start using drugs and then he becomes gay?
No. What?
Yeah, what he's saying is that people already have that nature in them to do that. They have that immorality in them to act out like that. So the alcohol didn't bring that. You could say maybe it amplified it a little bit for it to come out, but he already
didn't
had
put
that
it in there.
Yeah, didn't put it in there. He wasn't like he was already an abuser, and then the alcohol just was like, okay, hello.
Okay.
Yeah. So, question for you. So, you posed the question, am I recreational use only? And I want to get to that. So you went over your requirements of what you want in a man, your standards, and your standards are fairly low. How old are you currently again?
I'm 38.
You're 38 years old and you have just one kid.
One, yes.
And you have one kid. Will you accept the man that has kids?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So you've been dating and you can't find any man that has kids that you can build some chemistry with?
Okay. Yes, I have, but so I was dating a guy and he let me know that, he liked me a lot, but he was in a state where he was not trusting of women. But he saw me a lot differently because he didn't see me as the women that he would see, in social media, I want you for your money. And then, so he saw me differently, but he still didn't have that trust with women. And I find a lot of men like that. They don't have the trust in women because they afraid, oh, if I do get with her, she's going to take me from
he was scamming. He was scamming.
Huh?
He was scamming. What is your age, Cooley?
I'm 35.
35. Okay.
Yeah.
What age range of men are you looking for?
From my age to 45.
From your age to 45.
And what he meant by scamming, meaning that he was just telling you the good old nothings. So here's the thing. The truth is you are recreational use only, and your entire life displays that you are recreational use only. We need to get you out of being just recreational use only. So this is why we're asking these like probing questions or questions to understand your background and your thinking and stuff like that and your standards. The good thing is that your standards aren't high, which means that you can find a man that would possibly even accept you and your child. But like he was saying before, when you accept an abuser, or if you accept an alcoholic, if you accept some type of person, you obviously accepted them because human beings were not that complex. We all tend to project what we have in the inside. We project out and we like, okay, say if I don't cuss, drink, or smoke or do any of that degenerate behavior. So the woman that I picked, she doesn't do any of that behavior. You get what I mean? So if you are doing bad things within, or not just say bad, if you have some vices within, you're obviously more prone to accept someone else that has those same similar vices. So what I say is you need to master self. You need to be the best version of yourself. Try to be the best you can be. And I would say if you try to be the best version of yourself and get rid of your vices, get rid of you're impatient, right? Maybe that's something that you need to work on. Maybe you show too much masculinity traits. Maybe you need to tap into your femininity. So you need to try to elevate yourself on all levels and build up your femininity and your womanhood. So you can not just attract a man, because you're attracting men, but they're just smashing and leaving. You need to learn how to retain a man. You get what I'm saying? So this is why we're asking these questions to see really what we can help you out with.
Okay. I like that.
So I got two paths I want to go down with you. Path number one is understanding what you have to offer. And then path number two is to caution the young women and young men who are watching, such that they might be in better positions than all of us, than you, than Cooley and I. So on the first path of what do you have to offer, and I'll get more specific. I want to ask you generally, and if nothing comes to mind, then I can give you some specific leads and ask you some specific questions. But immediately that comes to mind, what would you say you have to offer a man?
I would say peace. I'm very supportive of my man, whatever he wants to do. I know that for sure. I listen. I actively listen.
How old is your son or your child?
He's 4. He just turned 4.
He's 4. Yeah. Quick question for you real quick. Say if you do find a man, right? and you build up some chemistry with this man, he has kids too or whatever, would you be okay with that man fully being the head over you, where he can not only take care of things, but also discipline your kids? Would you be okay with that? You would be okay with a man disciplining your kid?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to see where your head was with all of that. Okay, you can proceed.
Let me interrupt you for a second. And it's only to move along the conversation to make sure that the things that you're saying are thought out.
Okay.
So, for example, when you say I can be a man's peace, well, ideally you encounter a man who's already at peace. So all you could do is interrupt peace. You can't add the peace because it's already there. All you can do is interrupt peace. And
I don't want to interrupt nobody's peace. No.
Hopefully not. Yeah, often women do. Have you ever been described as a complainer or a nagger as a woman?
No, I don't nag. I don't complain. I do overthink a lot. And when I do overthink, I kind of take that onto myself. I don't really.
Do you question a lot? Do you question what he's doing or why he's doing a certain thing? Oh, it looks like she kind of fell out of there. Okay, she's back. Pop her back in there.
Cool.
And Nora, the reason I phrase it like that is because one thing I've seen consistently with women, if every now and then I might say, hey, you're complaining. Like, you need to chill.
Yeah.
They'll say, I'm not complaining. I'm just asking questions. I'm just trying to understand. I'm just trying to figure this out. And for them, they may really believe that. But for me, it's complaining. And you're also extending conversations that need not be extended. So for you, have you ever had that dynamic in your communications with a man to where he expressed that the way you're communicating was suboptimal for him?
Yes, I have that before, and I stopped immediately because I'm glad he communicated that with me as well, so I can learn from that. I was friends with this guy. He was like, I would say he was teaching me some things because I wanted to get back out dating. And he was telling me what you're doing right there can be shown as you being very combative. And I was like, oh, I did not know that. So
you weren't dating the guy, you were friends with him?
No, he was kind of like mentoring me, like a dating mentor. Like that. So he was trying to.
Was he hired, or like how did you come to be involved with this guy?
No, he wasn't hired. He's just a friend.
A friend.
Yeah. I wasn't sleeping with him or anything like that.
Fair enough. No.
He just coached me of what I should be doing because I was seeking out, some advice.
I think that the wise women who are rightly calibrated, you should look at a male friend in the same way that you would look at a male that you're sleeping with, which is to say, there is no logical reason for you to have a friendship with a male. And in fact, one thing I can tell you has taken women all the way out the game, and they have trouble accepting it and believing it. When I tell them like, oh, like male friends, yeah, no, that's a no-go.
Yeah.
Because I don't have any sincere female friends in as much as our fundamental interests are radically different. Like I was telling Cooley, I was like, bro, like, did you bring your workout stuff? He was like, nah. I was like, oh man, like probably could have got some sparring in. I don't know any women who want to spar with me. I don't know any women who want to watch MMA and see blood dripping all over people. I don't know any women who want to sit in silence. I don't know any women who want to build a tech company and discuss a stock portfolio. So the fundamental interests of male and female are generally different when you have a feminine woman and a masculine man. We come together for certain things, which are certainly based on our common attraction for one another. So the idea is if you're relating to a man as a friend, something is probably wrong in as much as either he has some feminine energy or you have some masculine energy. And there's a false idea that you're supposed to inhabit both. No, if you're a woman, you're feminine energy. That's all there needs to be. We don't need to balance nothing. The man is the balance to your feminine energy. And this is the second time we've mentioned a male friend. The guy who got you pregnant was introduced to you by a male friend. And so that probably that
maybe I should stop using the word friend.
Well, if you weren't sleeping with him and he's not in your family, well, why do you have these male associates all the same? And you might say like, whoa, Marquett, that's a bit extreme, but we don't want to play the language game. It's not like name it a different thing. It's stop the behavior, which is to say there shouldn't be any male hangers on, any males lingering around. And also what's worse is you don't actually know, and I'm not speaking anything onto the guy. I'm just giving a possibility for everyone watching. you don't know if, say, I was the male friend, right? And I say, Cooley, bro, I got this little thing for you, man. Like, I ain't touched her, but you might as well, you might as well see what's going on. Like, it'd definitely be a layup for you. And then I make the introduction. You don't know what I said, and you don't know what my intentions were. And one thing you should never trust is, why doesn't the guy who introduced you want you?
That's facts.
Oh, well.
So pretty much, what did you get from what he just said? Like, what did you understand?
Well, bottom line, don't have male friends. That's what the bottom line is.
If you pick that up, that's a good start.
That's
Absolutely.
a good start. That's a good start. But even if you let's go back to the first guy that introduced you to now, which is your baby father. He pretty much is saying that that male friend that you had, he set it up. It was a layup. It was a possible layup.
Well, that guy, he was dating my other friend. So I was.
That's definitely what it was then.
Yeah.
That's just confirmed.
Yeah, the other guy was dating my friend, and they came over, and he was like, "Oh, I got somebody for you," and I was like, "Oh, I'm not really like into that." He was like, "No, trust me," and then he brought.
Question: Did your baby father, did he want the child? Did he want an abortion?
No, he wanted the child.
From the beginning.
From the beginning.
Yes.
Like, meaning that he knew that the potential of having unprotected sex was like, oh yeah, girl, I'm gonna give you this baby.
Yes.
That's hard to believe.
That is hard to believe.
Very hard to believe.
Because the reason why it's hard to believe is because you said that he left you, right? So like he left you
during pregnancy, though.
During pregnancy, so
that's
it's
crazy.
Well, we were not in a committed relationship during pregnancy. We decided it's not going to work because he was with this woman, and I really don't want to discuss.
Yeah, you want to put his business out there.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. Don't out of respect for him, because he is the father of my child, and I do respect him a lot. And he came around. He made sure I was good during my whole entire pregnancy, everything, and he's still a great father.
Okay, fair enough. So, I mean,
and he's not on child support. I don't put him on child. I'm not that lady. I don't do that stuff.
Got you.
Great father. He is in his life. Oh, I'm going to pick him up. I want to take. No problem. I don't even.
Nora, let me propose a question for you then. So you've heard two men give you the truth about the reality of your past life and your current life and your potential future life, right? The potential future life right now for you to not be recreational use only for a man is looking still slim. So, but it's still a possibility that, you can still meet a man and he could be a good man and you can have some good chemistry and, you guys can make something real out of that and you won't be recreational use only, meaning that it's long term. What do you think? So my question is, what do you think that you need to do better in order to get the man that you want and to retain the man? You let us know what you've already been doing and it didn't work. So now you just heard us speak. What do you think that you can do better to get the results that you want?
I'm really not sure. I'm gonna be honest.
That's fair. And I believe her.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, I truly believe her too.
Do you know how to cook?
Yes.
You're a great cook.
Yes.
Would you cook your man 3 meals a day?
Yes, of course.
Okay, fantastic. What wouldn't you do for your man? Like, is there anything that's like, where you're like, nah, I'm out?
A threesome.
Okay. Would you let your man have another woman that's separate from you? Meaning like the poly situation you described before?
No.
Okay, why wouldn't you do that?
Because I went through that and I didn't, as you can see, it wasn't a good thing.
Have you also been through monogamous relationships before that didn't work?
Yes, those are the ones I spoke about already.
Okay.
The reason I say that is because you're allowing your emotions to overwhelm your reason. You're saying, I wouldn't go into a polygynous situation because a polygynous situation didn't work. You've also been in 2 monogamous situations that also did not work. The reason that I say that to you is because my hope for every woman, especially a woman with a child, is that you wouldn't die alone. You wouldn't have no one to visit you in your old age. You wouldn't be lonely once that child, reaches a maturity and moves out. And the truth of the matter is, the man that you actually should want, if you had standards, the man that you should want is valuable. And because he's valuable, he's not single. Do you understand that part? Like, if he wasn't valuable, he'd be single, but he is valuable. That's why he's not single. And you might say, well, Marquett, I'm valuable and I'm single, but you can't compare apple to apple because, for example, do you think I would date you? Respectfully, like, do you think I would date you?
No.
Why is that?
Well, I watch a lot of your videos, and
okay.
I don't
Why
think,
not?
I believe what Cooley says, you would probably only use me for recreational use.
I would try. I've been trying to say I think you should avoid using single moms for recreational use. If I still want to use women with no kids for recreational use. Like, if it got to happen,
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point. Okay.
Let's say that you don't have any kids. So remove the children. Would I be with you? Would I not be with you?
I would hope you would be with me. I would give you peace. I would cook you 3 meals a day.
Sounds beautiful.
Make sure you have peace. I would support you in your business endeavors.
Okay. And in terms of making love, are there any expectations? Like, what if I'm like not good at it? I'm brief, not super good at it, not very passionate.
That's a learning thing. That's things you
but I don't want to learn. And I don't want to get better at it. It's just basically an experience of
whatever you got, you gonna get.
Right.
Well, I use it. Take it. Like
okay. So it's cool. No complaints. We can. Okay. I like that. That's a very good attitude. So this attitude that you have today, I absolutely love it. It sounds very good. If you could actually execute on that, and you know what I would love to do? I don't want to put the city that you're in. I'd love to test her on this. I really would. You know what I am doing, Nora, because I really want women to experience what it's like to actually be with a provider. They say they want a provider, but they think that it's all that you get to take and take from the provider. There's no give. So we're going to have something called Are You Woman Enough? And you'll come spend a day. I'll pay for everything. You'll come to my place. We'll go through all of the motions and we'll interview you section by section to see if you really can do that, if that actually is a life you can live and enjoy. Because a lot of women, they talk about a provider. They've never seen one. They never experienced one in the father. They never seen one in the husband of their mother. They're guessing. They don't know what it actually makes sense. And also, if a guy really can be a provider, meaning he's a high earner, he's a high level man, he also has high standards. Even my mother, my mother's a lovely woman. She came to visit recently, and my mother just started cleaning up stuff, which I like. Yeah. Because I need that in my life. You hear me? Yeah. She'd just start cleaning up stuff. And it's challenging because there's a lot to clean. Not that the place is not clean. The place is clean. It's just 7 bedrooms, 7.5 bathrooms. It's just a lot of space. So she had cleaned the master like shower thing, tub thing. And I went in there and I was like, hey, moms, I was like, yo, like respectfully, like you missed the spot. You hear me? Like respectfully, like you were not thorough. And my mother, in full disclosure, like yourself, my mother, like yourself, she got pregnant earlier and had 2 kids, but she did not maintain a relationship over time. And I think it's because her standards and how she delivers to a man are not where they need to be. So I welcome you, Nora. I don't know where you are, and you can DM me on IG offline if you want to come. I will take you up on the opportunity. I will bring you out here. We'll spend a day. We'll go through all of it. And I want to see how you feel and see what you can really do. Because one thing I know is being an employer, everybody sound good on a job interview.
They do, man.
They sound good.
I like that. Are you woman enough? I like that.
Are you woman enough? I appreciate that.
Are you woman? That's cool.
Absolutely. Now, if you could give some advice to a younger woman to say, hey, prioritize this, do this, don't do this, so that you don't end up in the situation that I'm in right now. And I'll tell you what I find wrong with your situation. Number one, that you had children too late. So your first child was way too late in life, just age-wise. And I think if we can just stick with that, that'd be good enough.
Yeah, that was a red flag already, because you've already like diminished, your value was already down, right? So most guys are already only looking at you as a sex option anyway. You know what I mean? So yeah, right. I would say we can end it right there.
Yeah, that's
start.
Good enough.
Because you were 34 then, because he's 4 years old. So you were 34 when you had your first kid.
Right.
Yeah, you were 1 year away from high risk pregnancy.
No, she was already in high risk pregnancy. That's a geriatric pregnancy. 34.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, because
that's why. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a geriatric pregnancy.
It's already high risk.
Yeah, absolutely. What advice would you give to young women if you're saying like, hey, if you wanted to do it right, this is what you should be prioritized on. This is what you do need to accept, and then this is what you should avoid.
1, don't be combative with a man. Listen. The word submissive should not be scary to you. It doesn't mean he is going to lead you down into a ditch or down into a fiery hole. You learn from a man. That entirely you need to learn from a man. So be respectful. Be respectful is number 1 for me, because I respect men. I have both my parents in my life, and I respect my dad.
But we're saying, what didn't you do? Because you're talking about the things you believe in and the things you did do. Are these things you did not do in your prime, or what? Or were you being a promiscuous woman when you were 21, 22, 23, 24?
No,
are you sure?
I'm very sure. I was in 2 serious relationships. And after those 2 serious relationships, I was single for quite some time.
Yeah, she did say one of the relationships like 6 years, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there was 2 of them.
That doesn't mean she never cheated.
That don't.
You ever cheated before?
Cheat.
I said, have you ever cheated?
No.
Okay. All right. So what advice would you give a woman to say to keep her out of the situation you're in today?
This is number 1. Do not put your career before your love interest, because you're going to find yourself like me. You have a beautiful career, and then now you're looking for a man, and you're at the low end of the totem pole.
Wow. I appreciate that.
That's exactly what we always speak about too. Women putting their career first before a family, man.
I don't even really tell, because some folks will say, oh, stay on your purpose, fellas. Like, forget women, get rich first. I say, nope. Hustle your butt off. And then you still have some time to dedicate to women, because you're a whole human being. You hear me?
Yeah. Like, try to prioritize it, and you would have to try to prioritize it.
Oh, yeah, the money comes first. Absolutely. The money comes first. It's 80-20, but we're not going to have the females on 0. You heard me?
The difference is that it's okay for a man. Like he was given like manly advice. For a man, that's fine, but you're a woman. So men's value, we have value over a long period of time if we actually earn that value. It's like this. The woman's job, you're already born with your sexual value. So your job is to preserve your sexual value for the right man. The man, he normally you start off with like 0 sexual value. We have to work and accomplish some things. And when we earn that value lasts a long time from a biological standpoint as well. So I think what we're saying here is that, and what we want you to understand is that the truth is that the kicker is that you started too late. You prioritize your career over a family. And it's good that you noticed that. And it's good that that's the advice that you would tell the woman, because I think a lot of women should know that truth, that you got a clock and it's ticking.
And that career don't keep you warm at night.
It don't.
Like that career don't keep you warm.
It's wintertime. And winter is here.
I would even tell these dudes out here, if I could pick at 40 to have millions in the bank or to have true love, I would take true love.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I take true love, because
very interesting to know.
Absolutely. And I'm good. You dig? I'm good. And I say this as someone who's been very poor and well off. I would take true love because there's a time limit on true love. And there's diminishing opportunity as time goes on for a woman, especially, but even for a man, which is to say, if I'm 35, 40, 45. As that time goes on, all of the women that have the best qualities, they already got 2 kids, 3 kids, they're married, they've had so much experience.
Yeah.
The only one that's available for you are the leftovers that you really don't want. So you're not going to really be able to get true love. And you probably won't get the woman that truly loves you. You get the woman that's settling for you. Maybe she loves the guy who got her pregnant.
Yeah.
The first baby daddy.
Or whoever else.
Exactly. So I take true love because it's so hard to find. after you find true love and you broke, you can still go out and make a couple $1 million.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying?
That is true.
And the opportunity is not only easier, it's easier as time goes on. The opportunity to find true love diminishes with time. The opportunity to make more money increases with time because you're adding value, you're adding skill set, knowledge, and network, right? And that's one thing people don't understand. You have a lot of people on the internet who are either broke or soulless. The broke people giving bad advice because they just don't know. And the other people are soulless. They have no soul and they don't know what's important in life. But one thing that I like that you said is don't prioritize that career. Is there anything else you think was a major error that led you to where we are today?
Hold on. My son just came in the room.
Sure.
Sorry. Be like you just said, have value. Value is not monetary. Value is being supportive to your man. You have to do that. I know like women be like, I don't want to get him $600, but you have to support the dream because a man's dream is going to build. Hold on.
Sure.
And you know what?
I'd actually forgot about that. She had a kid because she can't even come and do Woman Enough.
Probably not. Yeah. Probably not. And I like what you said about it's you would choose love, falling in love over the money, all the $1 million, right?
Absolutely.
And if you peel back the logical entailment of that is that it's actually more difficult to find true love is because the more experiences that both parties have, both of the sexes,
right, especially the female,
it's hard to actually really bond with.
Yeah.
So yeah, that makes perfectly sense. So I hope even the chat learned something from that.
Yeah, I hope they do. I doubt they will because when you're broke, the hardest thing in the world, you think it's making $1 million. But what you don't realize is actually harder to get the true love.
That's facts.
Yes.
I'm listening to you, love.
Where did I end up at? I'm so sorry.
You're in Marquett, California. You're in Marquett, Adelphia. Let's go ahead and hit these super chats. I'm sure they have some questions for you, if you don't mind.
Got about 15.
Okay, cool. Hit me. So Everyday writes, Saint, the sociopath, David, the narcissist, are both losers. Recreational use only, never to be taken seriously. I'm guessing that this is a
you know what? Can
Probably
I say something about this recreational?
They sending money just to hate.
Yeah, go ahead.
When you say Cooley, when you say recreational use, it's so offensive. It's so But I know what you mean by that. But is there? As women, we don't like certain words, as you know. So it's just so like cringy when you say that.
All it means is just hit it and quit it. It's like it's not that hard.
That's what we hear. Like that's what we're hearing.
Yeah, but that's what you've dealt with in your past. That's what you've been dealing with. That's the reality. You get what I'm saying? But the thing is, when I'm speaking and I'm saying recreational use only, I'm not saying that I think that this is how things should be. I'm giving you the reality that the men that you're dealing with or the whatever your standards are, they're most likely only going to hit it and quit it, which is recreational use only.
I think that only sounds bad to women that are living that reality.
Yeah.
Because if you were in a marriage, it wouldn't even make sense to you because it has nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
But in your case, you've been living what has added up to that for 2 decades, for 20 years. And the key is not to get bothered by the language or the truth.
Only 4 years.
24 years? Dang.
No, not.
Oh, wait. What do you mean?
He's saying single moms are for recreational use. I've been only dealing with what he's saying 4 years.
Fair enough. See, and I think he calculates it differently because you're looking at the reality of being a single mom and having the child, whereas I'm looking at the mentality that creates the circumstance.
Now I'm looking at the same thing too.
Okay. Yeah. So the mentality that creates that circumstance makes you for recreational use, meaning that before you had the kid, you were also for recreational use. That's the important piece. You see, because if you weren't for recreational use before the kid, then you'd have the man after the kid. Yeah. And I don't say that to be harsh. I really say that more so to, I know. And it's not that the words are harsh. is that the reality of it is harsh and difficult and challenging. And my heart goes out to any person, man or woman, that has to go through life in a fairly cold world alone. That's why I don't call them single mothers. I call them lonely mothers. I mean, that's the worst part about it is being by yourself. Single, like men, we may be single at any point in life. You might be single or in a relationship, but being lonely is different. And that's that's the bad part. Because there's a lot of guys that are like, yeah, bro, I'm single. They going out, turning up. But the reality of a mother when she's single, it's not really that. It's not freedom. It's more so isolation. Hit me. Shout out to Kenyatta writes, I mess with both of y'all, but that Walmart story was fugazi.
You heard? Nah, it was the truest thing, man.
Shout out to Brandon. He writes, exaggerating. So we can't your girls behind on Front Street. I guess I just imagined it. I think he meant we can't see. He writes, it's really sass under nothing. These other weirdos are repulsive and lack standards. Bro, it's about his business out here. Bro said, I'm holding the line. Shout out to Saint Ricardo writes, peace to the saints. Indeed, peace to the saints. Shout out to Ty writes, is this single mom really asking if another man should take her after another man skated in her and dipped? Laugh my butt off. Only a nanny like Cooley. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Shout out to Demavelli writes, peace to the saints. Keep doing the Lord's work. Sir, yes, sir. Mine's like Parachutes writes, she said, quote, he didn't get to know me, end quote. Which would mean that maybe it could have been stated as I didn't get to know him.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It's not that he didn't get to know you. It's that you didn't get to know him. You protect the gate. You effed up.
I agree with that.
And the crazy thing is they'll protect the gate against the wrong guy.
Yeah.
That's the wild. And, it's because they hate the truth. Just like she was saying, like, oh, you're saying it like that. No, we're saying it like what it is.
Facts.
The problem is that women can't deal with the truth. And as a result of not being able to deal with the truth, the honest man is the one you sweep aside in favor of the liar and the jester. And you favor the guy who tells you sweet lies, comforting lies. And that is why you find out eventually that the relationship and the bond itself is a lie. And that's why you end up alone.
Nora, let me ask you a question. Did you come from a single mother home?
No.
Okay, so your father was there too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, throughout the entire, your entire childhood and stuff like that. Did you have siblings, brothers and stuff?
I have an older brother and I'm the youngest of three. So I have an older brother and an older sister.
Older brother and your older sister. Okay. And for your your childhood upbringing and how your mother and father raised you, they wanted you to focus on career first over family?
Yeah, they wanted me to focus on education and my career, yes.
Wait, who said that?
The family, her
That's
family.
Crazy. They misguided you. That's evil.
What happens is that that's the feminism mindset.
That's
and
actual
the
evil.
Democrat mindset. Yeah, that's not a good thing.
Yeah. Next, let's knock these out. David has to roll out. If you guys can go ahead and send in your comments, questions, we'll make sure that we can answer them while we have the gentleman's time. Aaron writes, Marquett, my brother, I would love to see you on Ace Podcast. What's Ace Podcast?
Oh, that's the one I went on.
Okay.
Ain't gonna happen.
The Raging Tomato writes, good evening, Marquett. Hi, David. Single moms are awesome. You think that's a woman or that's just a person with a woman's image in the thumb profile photo? No, that is a woman. Oh, you know her?
I don't know her, but she has a podcast.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Okay. Tap in. Shout to Family writes, you two work well together, the saint and the sinner / big homie, the sinner. Word.
That's crazy.
I thought I was being nice. Dragonfly writes, Nora, get fit and you will get what you want. Fascinating. Shout out to I think that, what do you think
about the last one?
Yeah.
You're still not going to get the probability would increase for you to get what you want, but yeah, you definitely can work out. Men were simple creatures. Beauty is, we all judge a book by its cover. So if you can increase your beauty, you would definitely be able to attract more men, but that doesn't mean that you can retain them. So it's like beauty. Yeah, you can definitely increase the value of the external. But I think you really need to increase the value of the internal, because right now you're having a hard time retaining a man. You don't have a hard time attracting these men. It's about the retaining these men. So, yeah.
Okay.
And Nora, in full transparency, I want you to know, from me to you, I truly believe that the best situation for you will be with an upright, righteous man who is willing to accept another wife into his family. Why do I say that? At your age, if he is a good man, he would already have a woman and possibly kids. There are no single men at your age who are also good men. It just doesn't make sense. Women sometimes will come on the podcast and say, Marquett, are you single? Of course not. How could I possibly be? Of course not. Like,
do you believe that there's an uprising of men that do not trust women now because they see like these women wanting, I just want men for their money. I want men because they're 6 feet tall, 6-inch dick, 6 this. I see a lot of uprising of men like that. And when they come across any type of woman, they don't trust them. It's like, I would rather be alone than it be risky with you. And
those men are making the same kind of excuses that women make. Every time I hear a woman say like, oh, I'm taking time to heal. You're not taking time to heal. You got out of a bad relationship and you've yet to find something more interesting. You're in between jobs, essentially. You're not taking time to heal. These are excuses. Every human being wants love, wants someone to have intercourse with, wants someone to be there for them. I don't trust women. That might be the excuse they use to not get into a committed relationship with you. And if the case is that they're actually that traumatized, then they're really not a man. You hear me? Because life promises you challenges, bumps, and bruises. And furthermore, if it's a man of great value, he's gotten his pick of women. And guess what? When he's of great value, the women going to treat him how he wants. He going to have it his way. I promise you that. People call me for advice all the time on consultations. Oh, shorty did this, shorty did that. I'm like, word? I'm appalled. That would never happen to me. Why? Because they're going to come in with some act right when they're dealing with me. Why? Because they're scared to lose me. They'll even behave as a woman that they are not. I don't drink. When we go out to dinner, great restaurant, beautiful wine selection, all of a sudden, they don't drink.
They shaking up, trying not to drink.
Yeah, they're going to pretend to be what I want. So the fact of the matter is the guys who say they don't trust women, they got done dirty by those women. Why did they get done dirty? Because the women did not really value them. Huh? And then on the other side, the women who get done dirty. Why did they get done dirty? Because the guy didn't really value you.
That's fact. And the other side of that coin, not even another side, but another coin itself, because that coin was perfect. But another coin is that men are starting to wake up and they're starting to have standards. They're starting to understand their value. And when a man understands his value, his standards increase. And when his standards increase, normally a lot of chicks just don't qualify. And they only qualify, which is the famous word right now, recreational use only. And they'll sell you a dream too. They'll sell you a dream. They'll tell you all the sweet, good nothings. And bro, niggas lie. That's what you got to realize.
And listen to me, love. I'm keeping it a bean with you. We're not super far off in age, you and I. I'm younger, but I'm not a ton younger than you are. But the age range of the women that I'm dating are a ton younger than you are. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They're a ton younger. And when I date women that are much younger than you are, I'm taking the cream of the crop. You hear me? I'm not scraping that bottom of that. I'm skimming off the top. You dig? So if the guy that you would want that's in your age range and is valuable, the likelihood of him being single is just so extraordinarily low. That's why I'm saying you could get a guy who's single, but think about it with the old parking space metaphor. The parking spaces that are open are the ones no one wanted or the handicap spaces.
Yeah.
Right? Like those are the ones that are open. So you got to figure out how to carpool in this mug. You heard me? You got to carpool, baby.
Double parking.
Yes, indeed. You got to carpool. But the thing is, at your age, you have to start looking at the game differently and saying, this is not the first quarter. This is the fourth quarter. It's not the morning. It's the evening. If I'm going to make the next 20 years better than the last 20, would I rather have interest in a guy who might have another wife, but he's a damn good man, or a guy that is questionable. For example, every morning I trade stock and I lead people in financial literacy. We buy companies every morning. I don't have to own 100% of Apple. I don't have to own 100% of Tesla. Give me 3%. That's a tremendous amount of value. I'd rather have 3% in a strong company than 100% of a bad company. And you women are so good at getting 100% of a bad company. And any man who would let you dominate him is probably a weak man. And he's also probably lying because he got a side girl anyways. You said you got cheated on 2 times, but you still didn't learn. Those were 2 long-term relationships. You got cheated on twice. So you're still going to do the same situation. You're in a pattern. Instead of saying, let me find a man who's going to tell me the truth. You've already removed a big problem. There is no cheating. He's going to tell you the truth. And the fact that he got another woman and you, that lets you know he clearly got some value. Both of y'all ain't going to be there if he ain't got no value.
Okay.
It's a fact.
I'm just trying to spread this ism out here, man.
That's a fact.
We're going to spread this ism through whatever means necessary. The ism getting aggressive out here.
And Nora, I really hope that you take something from this. Maybe watch it back a few times and, reflect on it. But,
Yeah.
You caught up?
Yeah.
That's everything?
Shout out to Juga writes, David, what is your name, demon? That was crazy.
That was crazy, man.
That was utterly bonkers. All caught up. Okay, let me finish off these. Any closing words for us, Nora?
No, just thank you. And also, Marquett, I want to say thank you for recommending this book that you had on your list called The War Against Boys.
Oh, wow. That's perfect for you as a mother, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I got it. So
yeah.
Really, I want to say thank you for that.
Absolutely. I appreciate you. And it's really been a pleasure to meet you, Nora. And you seem like a very pleasant, reasonable woman. I know any woman that can listen to me for sure is willing to think and deal with truth and struggle through it. So I think that as far as your circumstance goes, you're in the best mental position you can be to get yourself a good opportunity.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
All right. You guys have a good night.
Have a blessed one, Nora.
All right, you too.
Shout out to Mr. Hunter. He writes, for having a grown man convo with Mr. No Fugazi instead of tearing down another black brother. Thank you, MDB. Oh, absolutely. And I've always been very clear that David's a friend of mine and someone I respect. Love the way you do business. Love the way you conduct yourself. And I always tell people, health, wealth, relationships, be serious about all of them.
For real.
Don't play games about it. Don't lie about it. Be authentic and sincere. Show love to those who show love to you. You're going to get back what you put out.
Exactly.
MB writes, this man is what makes the manosphere look bad. He married a slore who another man had used and disposed. You are male nanny. Don't you dare give men advice again. You're not qualified. Did he come in by a super chat as well?
Who is that?
Somebody else that said nanny. I'd never heard that term before.
Yeah.
That was fascinating. Okay, let me see. May I acknowledge Uchenna comes
Crazy
back.
thing is the dude that sent the super chat.
Mm-hmm.
I could get your dream girl, bro. Like that's the crazy thing.
We gonna have to
your
start
chick
testing
wouldn't
this
even
out.
be safe around. Like, bruh, if I wanted to, if I really wanted to get my bag, it wouldn't even be safe for you, dog. It wouldn't even be.
Nobody's safe. Uchenna writes, nah, my boy, you gotta hold that L. Dating a single mom, regardless of how you spin it, is a major L. I personally don't care, but don't try to elaborate your shortcomings. Oh, by the way, I want to hear the people's opinion on this. What is better? Now, this is a ruthless, damn near diabolical question right here. What is better to the audience? I already know what I think. I'm just curious what y'all think. What's better? To run off on a single mom who has your seed. So say you meet a single mom, you find out she's a single mom you planned on using for recreational use. Yeah. You planned on that. You mess around and skeet in her and she's like, I'm keeping it. My body, my choice. What's better? To run off on the plug or to stay there and raise your kid with that single mom? Go ahead and vote. If you think it's best to run off on the plug, put a 1 in the chat. If you think you should stay there and raise your kid with that single mom, you put a 2 in the chat.
Hey, yo, homie.
Oh, man. Okay. Uchenna writes, please check email. And he writes, in my opinion, you should not be platformed because you still haven't given valid reason for why it's acceptable to take a single mom seriously. Bro says you shouldn't even be platformed. That was strong, man.
Deplatform him.
Bro wants you deplatformed.
He want me off
like
here,
he believes you are hate speech. Bro, like you are hate speech.
What's crazy is that,
bro, he's serious right here.
He's
too,
definitely
bro.
serious.
He writes, can you contest my previous statement of the female mindset? Do you not feel you are empowering this mindset by saying you're the exception of this rule, or she is, I guess? And he even wrote best regards. I don't know if that's to me or you.
Man.
Guess it was to me.
I mean, that was already explained. Rewind the video back. If you ain't actually get what I said and understand that my life is just different than most men and most fathers, then you just gotta what you have, my friend. Selective listening or selective hearing, which I would say that is low IQ.
Shout out to Clay supporting the work. And also acknowledge Rashadi by PayPal writes, I'm currently pursuing the skill to become a cloud engineer. Would it be best to continue learning Amazon FBA doing product-based business, or get the course on software instead, since it aligns with the role I am seeking? Peace to the saints. Well, the course on software is an entrepreneurship course, and it's not going to teach you the skills of being a cloud engineer. However, you'll probably have an easier time psychologically staying in one field of endeavor. So that would make sense. And if you get the course that I have, which is how to create and monetize your own app, whether it's a web application or mobile application, if you ever get stuck during it, definitely reach out and we'd love to help you. That's one of my favorite courses. Romario writes, peace to the saints, tuition. I also acknowledge Miguel writes, peace to the saints. Thank you, Mr. Burton, for the assassin. Shout out to all the saints across the globe. I also acknowledge Dominic writes, wait, your baby daddy can impregnate you and have another woman, but the good man that would take you seriously can't have multiple women. That was a bar right there. Man. And that's the wild part. That's how they
what
think.
She wanted. Like, she was like, oh no, I had one failed relationship. I tried it, never going to do it again. And you pointed it out. You like, well, how many failed relationships of monogamy did you have? So,
yeah. I think we're caught up there. You caught up on your side. I got one PayPal. Shout out to Jasper. He writes, peace of saints. She seems like a nice woman. However, I've come to the conclusion that women en masse are not capable of proper mate selection. That's correct. I do not, and that's why you got the game. You heard me? That's why you got the game. He writes, I do not believe this has anything to do with intelligence. Unfortunately true. Men of the past understood this, which is why a male member of the woman's family was always involved in the process, correct? In order to correct this moving forward, if her father is absent, I believe it is a woman's responsibility to seek a male respected member in the community for assistance in this thoughts. Absolutely. That's why we have the assassin. That's literally one of the major functions within the assassin. Absolutely agree. The Raging Tomato writes, shout out to Nora. She was very sweet. She was a sweet little woman. But the dangerous thing is I still can't give anybody credit because you just never know. You know, you really got to test it all out, man.
She said the right thing. She understood what we were saying and stuff like that. She understood, the areas that she needs to improve on, but she ain't getting the results she wants. So something's not working.
And one thing I learned from people but women in particular is that you can look at the same phenomena and they feel a different way about it than you think about it.
Yeah, that's 100% true.
And they also don't like doing work.
Yeah.
Ty writes, so David, you are saying you are special. LOL, that sounds similar to female talk. So you are the exception to the rule. LOL, nanny man coping. Nigga said nanny man. That said nanny man.
So funny. How am I special? I would say this to actually, I guess it's still not special. The exception is the father part. You get what I'm saying? The father, the full-time father, only 18% of men win that battle. So yeah, that's what that exception is. People still can't understand just regular reason and rationality and logic. And
before we get out of here though, what was the vote? I think it was 1 for runoff on the plug, And it was 2 for stay there and raise your kids. So 1 was run off on the plug. Motherhood put 3. Okay, we got a couple run off on the plugs. And it's crazy how when I was a young boy, I was like, I can't believe these men leave their kids. Oh, we got a couple people really trying to run off on that plug. Respect.
This guy influencing the masses.
Now, you know what I'm really doing? I realize that when human beings are either pulled towards something, or they're averting something. If you know the guy who does not mess with you, not really into you, is going to run if you decide, my body, my choice, I'm having it. If you know that across the board, men are gonna go snowman on you, you're gonna behave a touch more rationally.
Yeah,
you're gonna behave a touch more rationally.
Yeah, so I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing.
The world needs to be a little bit colder,
a little bit more aware.
Yeah, absolutely. Caught up there. Shout out to Mr. Ellie or Eli supporting the work. We appreciate you. And I think I got my last Venmo. I think I saw one come in right here. Did Uchenna come back again? I said check email, but I don't even see an email from bro. I think he's still writing that email. He got something to say. Shout out to Andre. He writes, be yourself, be good to yourself, be good to good people. No foo. Half these haters don't get nothing anyways. Let me say this. Some of those single moms got that fire. Keep standing tall, man. That was crazy. Bro said some of them got that fire. I ain't gonna lie to you. I haven't experienced one with that fire, like real consistent fire, but the conduct is better. I noticed that once a woman gets to a certain point of maturity and she realizes where she actually is in the human hierarchy and in our social experience, the thankfulness is increased, the appreciation, the conduct, and some of them have learned from their experience.
Some of them have, for sure.
Absolutely. You hear me? May I acknowledge Melvin writes, peace of saints, no fugazi. Please don't empower these weird people with a response. Anyone with the saint is an individual of substance. If not, he will not even engage with you. That man is speaking a meaningful point.
That is a fact.
I don't hang out with suckers. You got to believe that. Shout out to, and I mean like hang out, spend time with, give regards to. There are other people that, I say I have a cordial business relationship with. You won't hear me go as far as to say there's respect. Shout out to One Goal writes, this is the gentleman who had sent in the Venmo. He writes, what's your background? What were you doing prior to YouTube? I think he's talking to you.
Okay.
All right. Let's chill on the low IQ state. Okay. Did you want to say anything to that?
Nah, I mean,
okay.
I don't have to address that.
Okay. Let's chill on the low IQ statements. Your answer, quote, I'm one of a kind, end quote. This is what women say to themselves. Quote, my man will love me for me, end quote. If you truly believe single moms are recreational use, stand on it. That'd be hood if you just went home like, hey,
I'm done with you. It's over.
Don't make exception for your bad decisions. You're weak and don't stand on your ideology. Good Lord.
Hey, man. Listen, I do debate nights every Wednesday on my platform. I'm doing one tomorrow, actually. So
tomorrow would be Wednesday.
So join the live stream and we could debate, man. I will wash you.
Lord. I have a feeling bro might show up. You got up there?
You show up.
Ladies and saints, it's been a pleasure. I want to thank you for
you've
been generous with your time and coming to share sincere feedback and be an open book.
Yes.
We appreciate that.
Yo,
absolutely.
All love.
Yes, sir. Peace of the saints. Until next time.